Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to Share a Beer 553. Today is Saturday, May 16th, 2020. God Almighty, it's already we're legitimately more than halfway through the month.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Crazy! It feels like just yesterday we just started.
Yeah.
Um, we got Coach in here, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Are you at said facility we talked about earlier? I see a dartboard.
Oh yeah. That's the
Yeah, we are.
Oh, nice. So, Coach, is tell us what you're doing, man. Tell us what's going on. What are we seeing? What happened today?
It's the the weird thing is we came in and one half of the bar is full. They have these signs on the table,
Okay.
so one side is filled up, and so we're on the other side. It's kind of pretty normal. I don't know. Jason got served his normal beer.
There we go.
I don't know. So far, so good. Pretty normal. Everyone's being mindful of what's going on. But to be honest, I don't think that's gonna help the situation. That's another debate in itself. But
Yeah.
yeah, so far so good. So
Well, for those that don't know, Coach is in Idaho, and they opened up bars. So, Coach went to a bar for the show. He's the first one from the show to have a beer at a bar.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's starting to fill up pretty quick actually. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, and you know what the thing of it is at first now Arizona opened up yesterday. They lifted the stay-at-home order yesterday, and but the only thing that didn't open is bars and events. So bars and events are still, in limbo. Now that's proper bars. Now, your sports bar that's attached to said restaurant or your sports bar that serves food is still treated like a restaurant. So, which is a majority of these bars that we hang out at, right? Like, so what kind of is this a proper bar or is this a bar restaurant type thing? How is this? What is happening?
I, I I'd characterize it as a bar and grill. It's more so a
Okay.
bar.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
that has to be on the.
It has to be on there for them to open up.
Yeah, it has to be
So-
on the liquor license.
It's called Center Street Clubhouse.
Okay.
Now is that a
So, I don't
disposable
know.
menu or is that
Do you want to be on YouTube? Are you okay with that, real quick? YouTube?
Oh no.
You don't want to be on?
No.
You want to say hi real quick?
a
Okay. Yeah, I gotta leave her out. Our sons went to high school together, but
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Yeah,
no,
so-
I don't know pictures.
No,
nothing.
you're good. You're good.
No.
so. Yeah, I don't know. It seems. Let me give you a walk around real quick if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
Whatever shot you want. So this is our side, and I'll try and keep it inconspicuous, but I normally can't.
people there?
All right. Yeah, you got some people in there. Yeah.
What are we doing on that?
That's good enough, folks. That's good enough. Thanks, brother. Yeah,
So
we don't want to. Raise too many flags there, but
Yeah.
no, I don't know. I don't see a whole lot of social distancing going on.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's staying at their tables like as they should, but I don't
Right.
know. It's like pretty much back to normal. So
yeah, I mean it. I think for the most part, once if you're the type that was like locked down, you were isolated, you were in your house all the time by yourself, uh, doing proper social distancing, then getting out right now is going to be a little strange, a little tough. You haven't been around people that much. Uh, if you're like me and you really nothing changed in my life at all at, during this whole, it's no different to me. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that is a little strange is sitting down at a table. I would have to admit, Haven't done that in 2 months. So that is the part that's a little strange to me. But what I keep hearing, even from the people that have been in isolation this whole time, is, you know what? I'm sick of this house. I want to get out so bad that people are just dying to get out there, man. Hey, we got Mario in the chat. What's up, brother? You know, it's I feel like people are just, get me out of here, man. Screw it. If I'm gonna get sick, I'm gonna get sick. How do you feel, bum?
I'm in the same boat with you, Joe. Nothing really changed that much for me because I've continued to work. So once I get back out, or if Pennsylvania ever opens fully, I'll be fine. Right. And I don't think I'll be worried. I don't think, but then again, we'll cross that bridge when we come to
it. And what say you, Mark?
Yeah, it's funny. We opened up ahead of Idaho, but our bars are still closed. So we were the state that everybody was saying, oh, a bunch of stupid Southern people opening up, and our bars are still closed. So, but yeah, I mean, restaurants are open. We haven't gone out, but we probably will. It doesn't really bother me, but it's going to be interesting to see. Because I think even though we were one of the first states to open, not as many people are going out as everybody thought. Here, it seems like other states, a lot more people are going out. So I don't know what that means or not. But
yeah, you guys know I am definitely on record for saying, hey, Tom, how you doing, brother?
Hey, Tom.
I am definitely on record for saying,
I'm having this mic problem again.
I thought this was going to be the new norm, right? Like we're going to have a tougher time. Here we are, man. This is week 10, basically. This is the end of week 10, basically. If we're gonna label it that, we're 10 weeks past that initial period, 9 or 10, depending on where you sit, where it started for you. If we didn't know what it was going to be like on this side of it, here we are. And I think a lot of us are just kind of, am I wrong? Am I reading this wrong? I think a lot of us are just kind of like, you know what? Get me the F out of here, man. Like, if I get sick, it's kind of like anything else, right? Like, if I get the cold, right? If you've got a cold, stay the F away from me, man. Right? Like, that's, and if you feel any sort of symptoms of something, stay away from me. Like, I think they're getting better at treating this thing. How do you feel about this whole thing, Tom? Right now, we've got Coach at a bar. He's at a bar having a drink.
You know what it is? It's all those potatoes that they eat, right? Helps them get the COVID.
Tom's giving you the salute, there, man.
Potatoes are COVID, anti-COVID. Yeah.
So how do you feel now, Tom? What are your feelings now? Give us a rundown. What's going on in your area? How's the lockdown, if any? Has the stay-at-home order been lifted? And how do you feel about going to a restaurant and sitting down at this moment?
Currently, Governor Baker is supposed to speak on Monday. The 18th is supposed to be lifted. Currently, how I feel, I just I miss. I'm in the same boat. I miss being able to go somewhere and just sit down, not have to worry about it. You know what I mean? Kind of going somewhere other than your house to eat. You know what I mean? Or ordering out. I don't know. I think that might be a stubborn side of me. I just want to go elsewhere. I'm sick of being here. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of people are.
It's scary because everything's opening up. You don't know what's really going to happen. You know what I mean? It's just scary.
I have a question for Tom. How's Tom Brady doing?
Tom Brady is in Tampa Bay as we speak, boys and
girls.
Tampa Bay. Oh, that's horrible. Come on. That's pretty horrible.
Tampa Bay, right? That's been the thing now that he left and went to Tampa Bay. It's Tampa Bay. Yeah.
When I heard that, I was like,
yeah.
I mean, he's gonna do what he does.
Yeah. He even gave Dan Patrick as the one that came up with Tampa Bay, and Tom Brady filed for it and got the copyright for it, and now
Oh, no
gave
way.
Dan Patrick a cease and desist for
No
using
way.
Yeah, that's the trashy side of this whole thing. If you know
Wow.
the whole backstory on it, Dan Patrick Show is the one that started Tampa Bay. The minute they heard he was going there, they started the whole Tampa Bay thing, and they had shirts, and they were selling them. And then Brady finally announced that he was going there, and then filed for the license on it. And now that he got it,
Wow.
he served the Dan Patrick Show with a cease and desist because they read the letter from his lawyer online on the air.
Well, that's how
Wow.
that's how you stop it. You get a copyright on it, patent.
Yeah.
Like you can
Jesus.
keep calling it that, but the cash register is going to start ringing. You know?
Yeah. They sent him the cheesiest, most polite, most threatening letter. And they looked up the law firm, and it's like one of the top 3 law firms in the country. So
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus,
It's not like some guy practicing law out of the back of his van.
exactly. Yeah. Like, yeah. So now and I love what they did. And I forget what the saying is because this happened a couple weeks ago now, right? But they took a quote from the cease and desist letter and made a shirt out of that.
It's like a big FU.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's freaking awesome, man. You gotta love that, right?
Mm.
So let me get to some comments real quick. We got Malt Liquored before the show even started, of course, from Vega. Anonymous gave us Colt 45 and Voodoo Ranger. Tom said howdy. No charge. Vegas said, good for you, coach, you a-hole. And we got Mario from right here in Phoenix, man, in Phoenix area, rather. Joe D. And we got Vega again. Shout out to everybody who never stopped working. And Tom Brady is the next Bruce Jenner.
Oh no, that'd be horrible.
Oh,
How would you feel? How would you feel, Tom? Now that now that he's no longer a Patriot, how would you feel if all of a sudden, in 10 more years, Brady announced that he was going to be Tanisha?
Oh, I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't know, to be honest. I mean,
He was going to go from Tom to Tomika.
Jesus. I wouldn't hate him. I'd have nothing to hate him for.
Yeah,
I mean, he's only done well for me or for us, New England.
yeah,
But yeah. I mean, I don't even hate him for leaving, to be honest.
yeah.
I'm actually glad he left.
You got Tamika going up there to get his or her Hall of Fame award. And
And then Giselle turns into a man, right? Is that how it works?
and the thing of it is, he's such a good-looking man. He's got to be a hot chick. I mean,
you see him standing up in a slinky dress. And getting,
I think right now coach is telling
for the table.
Wait a minute, we've got 5 here. We've got 5 on our virtual pub table.
Yeah, we're real. We cannot help with social distance. Tell them, bum. We can't help but social distance on this show.
That's right. What are we going to do? We have room for 6. What's going to happen if 6 shows up?
Yeah.
But 6 is from.
I thought he had something to say there.
We've got like 2,000 miles between all of us. I mean, that's pretty good.
Right.
That's pretty dangerous.
You need the Rona.
Yeah, that should be distance enough, I would think, right? Yeah. That's so Tom, what are you drinking, my friend?
Oh man, I just popped it open. Never tried it before. It's in it's Marshall Zukov from Cigar City. I recently saw this. I've seen it a couple times, and I'm like, hey, I know for the price. But then I read a couple of reviews, and they said it was good. So I mean, I had to take a crack at it. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay.
Why
Is
not?
it good?
Well, it's not bad. It's very like robust, roasty coffee, very chocolate malt, and then it kind of like simmers down, like that. The carbonation kind of simmers off your tongue and dissipates. It's actually pretty
Oh,
good.
so
All
this
right.
Not
would
bad.
be the perfect one, is what it sounds like from your description to buy 2 or 3.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Is
What did
this
that
what
run
they
you?
barrel aged for Hanapu?
What did that
That
run?
was 1506.
1506. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's not too bad. That's not.
Yeah.
That's
No, it wasn't.
Is that the? Didn't we when we were at GABF? Didn't we go to Cigar City? Wasn't that one of the first ones we went to?
well.
And
Cigar.
Yeah,
didn't
we had.
did you have the Marshall Zukov? I
No,
think
I
we
remember having the Hanapu. Remember
Hanapu.
the
Okay. I
yeah,
had the
that was really good.
I had the Zukov there. Yeah.
Yep, you can guess. You guys, does anyone not get Cigar City here? Because I recently
I-
started to get it.
We've
No,
been
we-
getting Cigar City here for over a year, but we're still not getting the high end stuff.
Yeah,
We're
we
getting
got
their
we got their
basic
base
line.
stuff. We got their base stuff for about 5 or 6 years, but we just started getting their higher end stuff last year.
So here's this listing from Untapped: 60,000 ratings. I'm sorry, 235 in the last 30. 11.8% ABV, 70 IBUs, and a 4.19 bottle cap rating.
Solid.
It got notes of espresso, chocolate, dark toffee, and hints of blackstrap molasses. Oh yeah.
Mm.
And then you get well, it says pair Marshall Zukov with mushroom. Oh, it's giving you all these things to pair.
Oh man.
Don't talk about the things to pair it with. Just give it to me. Don't be talking about it. What are they doing in here? People are torturing somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, so how cold is that beer? Like, in other words, so the closer it gets to proper temperature, is that proper temperature right now? Are you getting everything that you can out of that?
So I just got back about a half hour ago. I threw it in the freezer on ice for about 15 minutes and I just took it out.
Okay.
I was
So,
just like, I don't like to do that with beers, but when I do, I just throw it in the freezer
yeah,
for a little bit and just take it right out because I don't like to drink them too cold. I don't think any of us like to drink it cold.
right.
Like nice, I don't know. Like, it's pretty good right now. The bottle is just a little chilly.
It's funny too, because I don't like to drink them too cold, and it's not very often that and I do, because I just did it last week, and I pulled beers right out of the pantry and was crushing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some really good stout stuff like that. I'm hoping Zach jumps in later because Chain Reaction did a beer that I want to talk about. I don't know if you follow Chain Reaction on Instagram, but they released a beer, I think today, that I'm like, oh. I mean, it sounds phenomenal. Let me see if I can pull up my Instagram real quick so that I can get.
Hey, Joe, your morning cup of Joe this morning, that cup was the best thing I ever saw.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that is definitely my favorite cup ever, man. Yeah.
Which one is that? Is that the Lego Cup?
No.
No, I said I hate malt liquor community. They could all die and kill themselves, and I will burn their ashes to the ground and use it as coffee
Oh, that
grounds,
one. Okay, yeah.
smoke it, and then drink it. I don't know, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, he's pretty close. I mean, he's he almost nailed it, but he was pretty close. But yeah, I'll look up their post here in a sec. I'm looking now, but it's of course, man, Instagram. They kind of mix everything all up, and it drives me nuts. But and of course they give you all this other junk instead. But man, because that beer sounds phenomenal. If I could just get
Mhm.
to that, you have to like scroll through 300 other things that you really could care less about, but Instagram thinks you do, or they want.
Is it like a bigger beer, like a heavier beer, or like
Oh,
a
you
light
bet.
beer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a beer
Yeah.
that they aged in special wine barrels for, like, I
Ooh.
want to say a year,
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
and they released it today. and I want to be accurate, so I'm trying to save it until God bless. Boy, there's some
I
people
wonder.
post.
I wonder if wine barrels are more expensive than whiskey barrels.
Well,
Because like the wine world is a little,
without
they're a
even
little up
talking
there.
to Zach, I can tell you that depends.
Yeah.
I mean, all of that stuff depends on the day and the time and the kind of barrel it is and
How
how much
long the
it is and all that stuff on that particular
yeah.
barrel. Oh, Fred Ruler died.
Yeah, I heard that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crappy. I saw that too.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what? And there were some other deaths last week that I didn't get to that were pretty significant. It bummed you.
Little Richard being the big one. Yeah.
Little Richard, yeah.
Little Richard was the big one that shame on me for not talking about that one.
Richie, man.
No, the biggest one was the world as we know it.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. No kidding.
did you hear about the father, George Costanza's father?
Oh yeah.
Gary Stiller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stiller.
Yeah.
You know
That
what?
was a big one.
Yeah, that was a big one for me. I'm a huge Seinfeld. You know, that one actually got to me a little bit. I didn't cry or nothing like that, but it's still like when I saw that and I saw a posting on Instagram about it,
Oh yeah.
that one made me pause a little bit. So did Little Richard. Little Richard made me pause a little bit. It was like, dang, man. Like,
People that you are very, very, a lot of about, and you were interested in what they did and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of a kinds too, like iconic one of a kinds.
Well, heck, Jerry Stiller invented Festivus. He invented a holiday.
He really did, though.
Yeah.
I love that, Mark.
That's
I've been a
awesome.
part of Festivus in Maryland, 2006 in Hagerstown. Yeah, I've seen Festivus. That's awesome.
Oh, really? Wow. Cool.
I found it finally. Thanks for stalling that, man. That was all right. Here it is. This is
there you go.
Chain Reaction, right? So,
That can, is that Oscar? That can look sort of like 1050 a little bit. In the color scheme.
Yeah,
that's way more detailed than 1050.
That's a lot of
detail in that label.
Yeah,
they got a new label for this series. What? Come on, man.
Looks very like rustic.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's not what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely looks like something out of the late 1800s or something out of the Old West.
Come on. What is up? Man, this thing, you got to be kidding me. Now it's not giving me the description of what they said, of course. This is nuts. They're driving me crazy here. Yeah, see, this one, it gives me the description. Okay, here we go. We are so excited to finally release this beer and debut these brand new cans. Our Doppelbock Edna, what is this? Krockelbach? Oh, time to start the show. Has been aging in a barrel from Rocker Spirits, at Rocker Spirits. Not just a regular barrel, though. This is a port wine barrel that was used to finish delicious bourbon. Oh, so it wasn't wine. I'm sorry. It was grab some of this barrel-aged Edna along with our other Chain Reaction favorites today. We'll be doing beers from 12 to 3, but this one just looks and sounds so damn good. If you've ever been fortunate enough, and there's a couple of us here. Oh, there's Zach. Tell us about this beer that you released today, my friend.
Oh yeah.
It's really good. It's as Dave would say, it's good.
We've got one more guy in here that would give about the same description. That one might have been a little long for Bum, but he would give a similar description.
Yeah, it's great. It's just one of those that we were kind of saving for a while. we were gonna release it around when all this shit started happening, and then things got a little backed up, and then we thought, oh, okay, maybe we'll wait till our anniversary, which is in middle June, and then it was just time. We don't put a number on when we barrel age. We take and kind of pull nails and give it its time. So we tasted it, and it was just time to pull it out and put it into whatever it could be.
Yeah.
It's a beer that it's been in there at least 18 months.
Woo!
Wow.
So,
How often are you tasting it from the barrel?
we since about month 4 to 6, we've been tasting it. Probably once a month, every 2 months, maybe. Working with different distilleries, I've always learned that the way that distilleries do it isn't by time; it's about taste. Sometimes it's ready, and sometimes you miss when it's ready, and it'll go back down, and it won't taste very good. And just give it more time, and it'll come back up. So you just got to wait for those waves with barrel aged stuff sometimes.
Interesting way. Okay, see that we learn something all the time here, don't we? That is a very interesting way of looking at it. I hadn't thought about it that way. Okay. So what is the inspiration for these new labels? And how complicated is this beer, man? I mean,
it's really cool beer because, like, if you think about it, a Doppelbock is a lager, so it's already at the beginning of its life. It's an 8-week brew from start to finish, because we brew it, it ferments, and then it goes through. Well, this one goes through probably 5 to 6 weeks of lagering, where we're changing the temperatures and letting it rise and letting some different stuff drop off and letting that yeast really clean up. But it's also darker. It's Edna is such a fun beer. It's just it's got some dark, like, fruit, figgy notes. It's got a lot of caramel. It's biscuity. I'd say it's a touch heavier than your typical Doppelbock. It's got a beautiful German lager strain on it, so it's also really crisp and clean.
wow.
It's just such a fun brew, but it's a traditional German brew, so it just takes so much time and so much effort to really respect and understand. You guys know, you've had good German Doppelbocks.
Oh yeah,
They're different than most things.
yeah.
I got a question. What was the ABV before you put it in a barrel, and what is it after?
So this was a batch. This would have been like 4 batches of that beer ago. And it was 8.7-ish going into the barrel. So after it sucks all that out, it's well above 9.5. Probably close to 10 right now.
Man.
It's nice because it's got that kind of fruity, the port wine, which you guys have had port wine. It's like that desserty, heavy wine, which pairs really well with that caramel and chocolate notes that we've got from a Doppelbock. But then it's got this really beautiful underlay of bourbon on it that kind of sets it off and works so well. You don't see a lot of barrel-aged lagers, but I'm in a fairly decent mood today because it was kind of exciting to release that, and we've had that label for about 2.5 months and just haven't known what to do with it and when it would come out or how it would come out. And the label's fucking cool. I think.
It is.
My brother's girlfriend Taylor did all that artwork and got that all rigged up for us. And she's been so talented with it.
Yeah.
And
That's a good one to add to the portfolio there. It's a nice label.
Yeah, it turned out really cool. So we'll use that kind of, because we have, Joe and Mark know, we have one wall that has probably 10 or 12 barrels on it. They're all different. There's one barrel of each different beer. And now's a better time than any to go through all of them and start selling it. So, we're going to do that. And
the job.
Because it's there.
But that label works really well for us to kind of generic that.
God damn, another hard day at work, son of a bitch.
We've got a really good.
My ass off today. I'm freaking drunk.
Why not?
I deserve it.
Yeah.
We've got a couple more coming out though that'll be fun once this kicks and moves on. People will still be looking for it. And
I tell you,
they're in 25-ounce cans, not 32 ounce. So it's a bomber size can, not a 32-ounce can.
Oh, that's even a different can for you.
Yeah, it's 25.9 ounces.
So if I walk in there, how much
is
would
that like
I?
a 750 can? Is that like a 750?
Yeah, it's a 750 can.
Okay, so it's a wine bottle can. Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool, man. I dig it that you came out with this special can, special label. The minute I saw this post today, I was like, we got to talk about this beer, man. That's
neat.
It's really exciting because it's a fun and complex beer. I'm super excited.
I mean,
it might sell out on day one, which is really exciting and takes just a little bit of stress off of my shoulders.
I got to tell you, Zach, I'm a little annoyed. Okay, a little annoyed. You know me. I'm a little annoyed because I thought and was hoping and crossing my fingers. I had just got cleaned up and I was ready to jump in my Chevy because I thought it was from Goldwater. I thought it was something I was going to be able to go and get. And I thought it was from you son of a bitches, and I was like, well, good for Zach. God damn it. Like,
you guys are opening up down there, though, right?
Oh, please. Yeah. No, we're open. But this was an exciting one for sure. I saw it. I don't know. I could just feel it immediately. I mean, I saw the posting.
It's exciting. It's fun.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel so good about it, and it's been a rough couple of weeks.
I'm going to show off something else. If you don't follow this jerk, this Zach Chris 3 guy, then you better check him out. Look at the food porn on this guy's channel.
We cook a lot, yeah.
Oh, look at the flapjacks.
This junk. Look at this.
So good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Chicken chorizo.
Oh man.
Look at this.
Homemade sourdough.
This is the kind of stuff that Zach's cooking up over there.
You're gonna drink, you gotta eat.
Oh yeah. Amen to that.
Oh man, yeah, they do not mess around. Look at this. Oh,
the wet burritos.
Ooh, the wet burritos.
Some of that. Look at that. I mean, there is tons and tons of, and here's the other side. We got to post this. We got to show this off.
She's what holds it all together. So
exactly. We definitely got to show these.
I'd probably be in a gutter without her. So
yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. Thanks for jumping on here, Zach, because I was hoping you would. I wanted to hear about this beer. It was something else. We've got to ask somebody's opinion right now of what he thinks about all these barrel-aged beers.
It's got to be the chairman.
What is Billy D about all these barrel-aged beers and all this, fancy food that's being cooked up?
Billy D. Boy, you talk about going from one end of the beer spectrum to another now. Doing a complete 180. Wow. Billy D's not thinking about any barrel aged beer. The only thing that Billy D's thinking of right now is the potential future prospect of Tamika Brady.
Oh shit!
What's going on there? Tell us about Tamika Brady.
He just when you guys brought up the potential for there being a Tamika Brady down the line, he's
The blood started flowing.
yeah.
All of a sudden, things were getting rejuvenated.
Yeah, the blood started flowing literally into certain body parts.
Tamika just kind of that whole thought of there could be a future there for him or her.
Yeah,
squared, right?
Yeah. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's like,
so we have an abundance of news and hate this week. I think Billy D has a new fan. Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff this week, and actually we have major malt liquor news before we even get to the hate.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we got major stuff this week. First of all, we'll lead off with this little bit of news here. 40-ounce Fear has announced yet another accomplishment that he's going to attempt to achieve, another 40/40s goal.
Wow, can he read like 7th grade level now?
Oh yeah, Fear's pretty smart. Fear's one of the smart ones. Yeah, good. Fear, Vega, Falstaff, they're all up there intelligence wise.
Right, so he graduated from junior high now. That's
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But remember he did his math last couple weeks ago. When he remember that? 5 times 60 equals 1,000. No, 5 times 12. 5 times 12 equals 1,000. Yeah. So anyway, Fear, as we know, his favorite song in his video is Toto's Africa. Fear takes total credit for rejuvenating that song and bringing it back in popularity, thanks to the use on his videos. But anyway, that song, believe it or not, turns 40 years old in 2 years. It came out in 82. So wow. Fear has decided to do a video challenge called 40/40s before Toto turns 40.
Before Toto turns 40. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he the one who got divorced because of that song? Because he played it all day, every day?
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Didn't someone? I swear you said at one point someone did, right? They played it every day. And the wife got sick of it.
Not that he hasn't been divorced at one point, but I don't think it was on account of that. But he is going to do 40 different, maybe not 40 different brands of beer, because there aren't that many in 40s, but he's going to do different bottles. And apparently word is on the malt street that Hurricane and some of the other ones that are in clear glass are eventually going to switch to brown glass soon. So he will count Hurricane in clear glass and Hurricane in brown glass as 2 different 40s, which I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, and he's going to do obviously a lot of non-malt liquor 40s, because there are not 40 different malt liquor 40s out there. So he's going to do, Bud and Bud Ice and all the other ones that Bush that come out in 40. So he's going to attempt to do this. So that is minor news compared to the big announcement this week. We have an actual honest to goodness retirement in the MLDC. And this is for real. 209 Jay Jones, sometimes known as the malt liquor referee, has announced his retirement, at least as a full-time video maker. He said he's just not feeling it anymore. He's lost the enthusiasm. And
Not just for the rest of the month.
No. And and this is believable because unlike many people who announce their retirements, you know it ain't, it's not true, or it's only temporary. He has said, he goes, don't worry, I'm not disappearing completely. He goes, if there's a malt liquor meetup somewhere, I'll appear on that. He was like, if there's a special occasion, I'll do a video. He goes, as far as making regular malt liquor videos on a regular basis, he is done. So he put that out front, that he's not totally going away, but he's going away as a regular. So I think it only fitting, I pasted the link here, Joe, that we just show the closing minutes of what is allegedly his final video, where he says goodbye here, and he ends it in symbolic fashion. Just go to like 11:55.
Okay. 11:55.
And we go to his final swill here.
For all you guys. Mr. Met, Brown Bag, Mr. Rainer, James Montana. We did it.
Uh-oh. What do we have here? An unmasking?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, he's retiring. He's throwing in the towel.
That is it, folks.
Wow.
That is
Done.
it.
Takes off the mask.
Take off the mask.
Would anybody like a minute to regain your composure? Is everybody okay?
Wow, I don't know. What do you say, Coach? What do you think about that?
Let me just breathe and take it in, and I'll figure it out in a minute.
Goose Barbara. Goose Barbara.
Wait a minute.
Goose Fogra, I think, is appropriate right there. What do you say, Tom? What do you think? What's the first thing that comes to mind when seeing that?
The first thing that comes to mind. He'll be back.
Yeah, Mark, what do you say, man? What do you say?
He's the first one in the malt liquor community to get smart and just retire from drinking malt liquor.
Yeah, I think he comes back as a craft beer guy and a regular on this show.
Chimay or something.
Yeah.
Well, he's the first to announce his retirement this year, but he's the second one to probably retire because we haven't seen Mr. Rainer for almost 6 months now.
He's been out.
Yeah,
heard from him all year.
That's the loss of two major players in the MLDC.
Yeah, I don't know, Mark. I'm saying, they're losing right now. I mean, we haven't lost too many players here.
No.
But so that's the news. And in the absence of some of these heavy hitters in the MLDC, we do have some people stepping up to the plate and picking up the slack. As we may have noticed over the last few weeks, Falstaff is one of them.
Oh yeah, Falstaff.
We've gone from Falstaff doing a video a month or a video every 2 months. This past week, he did 3 videos in 3 days.
Whoa, in 3 days, so video a day.
And that is not a bad thing. Certainly not a bad thing for the Malt Liquor Report, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Content. He's a content provider.
He's a content provider, exactly.
Yeah. So we're going to go to video number 1 this week. Got it pasted there, Joe. Go to 605. And I'll preface this by saying he had been ranting about Fat Reggie gluing labels, old labels on bottles here.
Ooh. I need to try those cheeses.
Yeah, the extra crunchy or toasty or whatever. Yeah. What place are we going?
605.
605. Yeah. Extra toastiness, Cheez-Its. Now I like these over the ones that he had in the last video. What he had like goldfish or something. What did he have in the last video?
I can't remember. I thought he had Cheez-Its, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I can't remember. No. Didn't he have like the or maybe no, that was the chairman's video, huh? Where he had the like uts.
Yeah, the chairman is always us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the chairman had the uts.
For fucking label fraud.
Let me go back a little bit.
For fucking label fraud. Fat Reggie, I'm never gonna fucking.
Yeah, Fat Reggie.
I will neither fucking forgive nor forget.
Me neither. Fat.
What you did when you bought those fucking labels off of eBay.
Me neither.
You slapped them
Reggie.
onto fucking brand new crystal clear fucking 40s.
Yeah, Fat Reggie.
You came on fucking eBay looking for friends, saying that you had a collection of vintage malts. Your fucking lies were as clear as those fucking 40s, you fat Canadian asshole.
Oh my goodness.
Fucking fraud, Canadian asshole. Your fucking lies were as clear as those fucking 40s, you fat Canadian asshole. No bigger fucking fraud on the fucking neck than Fat Reggie.
Fat Reggie.
Well, I guess maybe a fucking that pencil neck fucking prick in the share of his show.
Oh my goodness.
Mark. Maybe if Mark is taking advantage of these fucking trying times.
Yeah, he is.
Going down to fucking food banks and homeless shelters and trying to slip somebody a $5 for a fucking fraudulent fucking Amazon review of his shitty book.
Oh!
I'll give you this $5. Still not getting any fucking takers. Your book sucked, Mark.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Pencil neck.
Fuck you too, fucking mobile milk jud. Milk jud.
He
Milk
can't,
dud Joe D.
he can't even say it.
Yeah.
See?
Fuck. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Fuck you too, fucking mobile milk jud.
Oh!
Milk jud.
Milk
Milk
milk.
yourself.
Oh!
Fuck you too, fucking milk jud.
Milk
Milk jud.
But
Joe D,
Jud-
aka
Jud-
Joe 2,
See?
fucking mobile milk jud. Milk jud.
milk.
Jud.
See? Boom! Even the finest of them. That's what happens to them. You drink more of that malt liquor, and that's what happens to the brain, right, Mark? Tell him.
It's obvious. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
It's just a matter of time that malt starts getting in there and doing this. People are worried about COVID, and you're drinking malt liquor. This is what happens to you. Malt liquor and extra toasty Cheez-Its together. Brutal combination.
Joe D.
Yeah.
Your book sucked, Mark.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Mark.
Fuck you too, fucking mobile milk jud.
Milk
jud.
Milk
Dud Joe
Dud.
D, aka
whoever
Joey.
that guy is. I got that all out. Whew.
Just so you guys know, I'm still here. There's a table next to me with chicken wings, so I'm poking in and out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Not
damn
bragging, just saying. Yeah.
So I believe that is it for.
I got nothing to say about the other ones.
Yeah.
Forgettable fucking loser.
Forgettable losers.
Got nothing to say about
Yeah.
fucking loser.
Forgettable losers. All the
You can't
rest
remember words. You think we're a bunch of forgettable losers.
forgettable losers.
Jeez.
All I'll say to Falstaff is you got to be able to write before you can write a book. So that's all I gotta say.
You gotta be able to
to spell more than 4-letter words, man.
Oh, man.
Tell him, Mark. Words like multiple syllables.
I'm feeling a little self-conscious here. I've been getting a lot of hate the last few weeks. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Mark, it's great. It's great because your book's it's advertising.
Yeah.
Put out
you're
there.
the Jerry Jones, right? You're the Dallas Cowboys of beer athletic books.
That's
right?
right. I guess so. Yeah.
You're the
right.
Cowboys.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, that being said, click on that next link, Joe, and go to 1 minute.
No hate? Oh man. You guys are so kind. I can't believe all the attention I'm getting.
Hey, Mark, you know what that means? More people are clicking on your page and looking at your book.
Yeah.
More people are
Right?
like, wow, what is this book? I have to hear about this book. What is this? Right. So what part are we going?
1 minute.
1 minute. Oh yeah, this ought to be good. This ought to be
different mask.
different mask, same king cobra, same extra toasty cheeses.
Yeah, this is just a day later.
Shout outs. Out of the way. Guess I should fucking start with the fuck you shout outs.
Yes.
Of course, the sheriff beer fucking assholes.
Yes.
My least favorite amongst them being that used to be that swarthy fucking Greek or whatever he is. Fucking hated that guy. Put a little fucking sympathy from me when he almost croaked. So I'll lay off that fucking.
That has to be Coach.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he's changed from Arab to Greek.
Lay off that. Put a little fucking sympathy from me when he almost croaked. So I'll lay off that fucking.
So he has sympathy for Coach.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. That's what he's trying to say. Well, the guy almost died, so I'll lighten up on him a little bit.
Stick with fucking Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Mark.
Pencil neck.
A couple of years ago, I bought a fucking Arrow garden.
Oh.
Started some fucking cherry tomatoes in that thing.
Oh.
The intention of fucking transferring them outside after they fucking got to a decent size. And I left that fucking the grow lamp too high above the fucking little fucking seedlings.
Oh no.
And the plants got all fucking leggy. Grew all tall before fucking any tiny little fucking tomato fucking came out the top.
Where's he going with this?
I don't know.
That's what you are, Mark. Fucking leggy tomato plant.
Leggy.
You're a fucking walking version of a fucking Charlie Brown Christmas tree, you asshole.
Oh man.
Fucking book.
Oh man.
A joke. I was watching Bloomberg TV today, and they said there's fucking.
Are you on Bloomberg, Mark? Is this something you need to tell us?
No.
Holy. Wow, you're getting some cred here, my friend. Yeah, that book is really blowing up. You're on Bloomberg.
Fucking 9 million books on Amazon. You're probably number fucking 32. What? 32,899,997. And not all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
But,
that's actually not bad. You know?
No, it's 50-50.
Yeah, you're actually, I think you would take that, Mark. You know, if you actually goals from that, if there's, what do you say, 9 million? Yeah, I'd take those numbers.
No, I think you might have missed part of it. He's saying that there's only 3 worse books than Mark's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
32,899,997. And not all the way at the bottom. Probably got Gumby Man's fucking book on fucking career advice and successful fucking job application. Loving Her, the Empire 31 Way. His guide to successful fucking marriage. And of course, Fat Reggie's fucking
Fat Reggie
book on animal husbandry. Fucking horses.
Oh my god.
Fat Reggie.
Yeah,
Negligence
Fat
is
Reggie.
what fucking dumb cunt exhibited in his fucking failed business.
Yeah, Fat Reggie.
Hey, can I board my horsey here? Sure, pay up front. And then he uses bullshit in his fucking failed business.
That's actually it for that video, at least as far as the share of beer hate.
Oh man.
So, ready for number 3 of the trifecta here.
All right. Yeah.
Now this completely shit on you, Mark.
Now, did Mark hog all the hate? Because Mark's a real selfish guy.
No. In this one, he's a little more. The hate's a little more widespread. Although Mark certainly still gets some.
Oh yeah, Mark is that kind of selfish guy. He likes to hog all the hate to himself.
Yeah. So
And another King Cobra and
Mhm.
extra toastiness cheese it.
Hey, like I said, 3 days in a row. So
we have not had, me or Tom have not had the extra toastiness cheese it.
Have not.
So
once I see them, get my hands on it, I'll tell you.
Oh.
I believe he goes on a rant here before what we're going to play, where he's talking about some of the craft breweries, some of the guys like SJ Pour and Glitch that have made YouTube videos, and he's ranting about small breweries and brew pubs and stuff. So with that, we'll go to 4 minutes 55 seconds.
Okay.
I guess that brings me to fucking what's not so amazing. The share of beer fucking assholes.
Oh, I strongly disagree, sir. We are amazing. That's Pat Red.
Pencil neck Mark.
Yeah,
fucking
Mark.
Feckless and reckless as a fucking financial planner.
Yeah, Mark.
Probably as big a fucking failure in that department as he is as a fucking author.
Yeah, Mark.
Can't even quantify the fucking financial ruin that craft beer and its fucking
Spell quantify. Spell it.
Ruin that craft beer and its fucking associated fucking evil. Home brewing. I've visited on fucking people unlucky enough to be caught up in their grips. Guy on here, SJ Pour, decided to open a fucking homebrew shop, became SJ fucking bankrupt.
Oh,
you didn't see Dwarf 68 buying fucking current fucking model year cars.
Yeah,
he was still
Dwarf.
fucking dicking around with fucking craft beer. Sure enough, he starts drinking more liquor and fucking he's got a fucking nice new ride.
Oh.
And that's down to him now wasting fucking time homebrewing, saving fucking cash money by drinking fucking delicious, reasonably priced malt liquor. And this fucking guy, alleged financial planner, counseling people to fucking drink overpriced fucking craft beer.
Yeah.
Half that shit you get to drink at the bottom of the can is just choked with fucking yeast and sediment. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Any competent fucking planner would take a fucking holistic fucking look at somebody's finances, not just what is in their fucking.
Whoa, this guy, that was a big word. That was a big one. How many syllables in holistic? Can he spell it?
Syllable word.
That was a big. Hey, Tom, he didn't trip on that.
Practiced all week for that one.
He got it all out in one shot. I got to give it to him. You got to go back a little bit.
Disgusting. Any competent fucking planner would take a fucking holistic fucking look at somebody's finances, not just what is in their fucking 401k or something. They tell them to fucking contain their expenses, drink fucking more liquor. Fuck you, Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Once again, hogging all the hate.
That fucking sympathy I had for that fucking swarthy prick.
Yeah.
Now, John entirely. You want to get a pass from me again? You're going to have another fucking near-death medical emergency.
Oh, my God.
Next time you cam up, it better be from a fucking hospital bed.
Oh!
I swear to fucking God. Fucking pop your head out your fucking cave there, Aladdin.
Oh!
I'm going to cuss you the fuck out. Fucking hospital bed. I swear to fucking God.
Holy shit. This is when it rains, it pours.
And I'm going to cuss you the fuck out.
Oh, man.
Holy crap, Mark. Hey, I feel for you, Mark. I feel for you.
No, he's talking about Coach there.
Yeah, he's talking about Coach. He finished with Coach.
Anytime you hear him say the word swarthy, he's talking about Coach.
Yeah.
He let Coach have it at the end there. Yeah.
There is more, Joe, if you want to keep playing it.
Yeah. So we're going to, okay.
There's even more. Wait, there's more.
Bum, he's just a fucking dick.
Oh yeah, yeah, he is.
Dick.
Bum, he's just a fucking dick. Bum, he's just a fucking dick.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, you should clip that. That's awesome.
Bum, he's just a fucking dick.
Yeah, he is.
And fucking 2 tons of fun. Fucking Jody.
2 tons.
Fuck.
2 tons of fun.
Yes, I like that.
Oh man.
2 tons of fun.
That is that the first time? I think that's the first time I've been referred to as 2 tons of fun. I kind of like that.
Fucking 2 tons of fun. Fucking Jody. Pretty much a one-man band of the fucking trucking scene. He's both fucking driver and fucking lot lizard.
Oh,
Fucking disgusting.
that is disgusting. Yeah. Anyone paying for
2
this?
words, Fatso. Fucking diet and exercise. Diet and fucking exercise.
Yeah.
Malt liquor.
Read Mark's book.
As he's drinking malt
Diet and exercise. I'm eating toasty Cheetos and sipping on King Cobra malt liquor. Diet and exercise. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
So where we at in the video here, Joe?
We are right at 8:43.
I think there's a little more.
Get sympathy with a medical emergency.
Oh, back on coach.
Mike May will get no such fucking sympathy.
Oh, Mike May.
Yeah.
Likely.
Okay, that's basically it.
All right.
All right. We got a grand finale here.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. We have something totally unique and something totally different from the chairman from what we have ever had before.
Unique from the chairman?
Yeah. Yeah, I know you don't usually say chairman and unique in the same.
I mean, what could possibly? Yeah, what could possibly?
Okay. The purpose of this video is the chairman letting you know that he's saving you money. He fixes his computer on screen. He's got a fan that won't shut off on his laptop. And I want you to just play this video from the beginning. It's less than 2 minutes long.
Okay.
Obviously, what I want you to see is not how he fixes although we can see that. I'm not even going to tell you what it is you need to look for in this video. You're going to know what it is when you see it. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. You can just get the link posted, Joe.
Okay, here it is.
You're just gonna scream in horror.
This ought to be good. This ought to be good. Let's see what we get here. Let's see. Okay. So here's the video. Everyone see it. Same time as I am here. 1:42, if we can bear it.
Just play from the beginning, yeah.
Loud fan noise. I save you $signs. There's the fan noise. We can hear it. Okay. All right. Hooters. Love Hooters. Fan noise is getting faster. Compact computer.
Look.
Oh man.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
What the hell? Look at all of that. Oh. When was the last? What's he been doing on this thing? Oh my God, he's getting. Oh, I don't know if we want to. The horror.
You hear that?
Oh,
That's
hear
it.
that? Look at that. Look at the. What it?
Yeah, we hear that and we see that.
Oh my God! That, Jay Vega's dash ain't got nothing on this keyboard. What the hell is happening? Look at the crud in this thing. Oh my God!
Annoying fan noise on your laptop.
I wonder what could be causing that.
Let me show you how to repair it.
How about throw away the compact computer?
How about a can of compressed air?
Yeah, for real.
Oh God!
Now this is ingenious air.
Take a piece of your cardboard off your TV dinner.
All right.
Wait for it.
Wait. Okay. Wait for it.
It's going to
What?
save you money right here.
No.
Oh,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
There he goes. Saving money, more money from all.
Fucking solved. Ha. I just saved you a new laptop.
Yeah. Yeah, because using my 10-year-old compact computer, you know.
I think what we
that thing
saw
must be
there
older
was
than 10.
11 years worth of McRib crumbs and Pringles and TV dinners and Little Caesars pizza and fast food.
And,
Lots of potato chips and Cheez-Its and goldfish
and
other
more
How do you
And
not
nuts.
clean that over time?
unidentified substances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I will show you my
feel like
keyboard
that,
right
man.
now. That
I
is
feel like
my
watch-
keyboard, kids, right now. Just
Yeah.
so you can see. I'll go full screen. I'll go full screen. Boom! That is my keyboard right now, kids, and it's filthy. It's filthy to me. And look at that. That ain't got nothing on the German. That is like, oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even know what the hell's happening there. That is awful.
That's what happens when he's not making malt liquor videos.
Oh my God. I'm willing to show my keyboard. There it is. Boom. Right there. You can see it on screen right now in real time. Got nothing to hide. We don't even want to know what some of that unidentified substance is on that keyboard. All I know is right now, Jay Vegas Dash is laughing its ass off, going, and you
Yeah.
about me? Vegas Dash is going, yo, you were talking about me? Huh? Whew.
And,
Wow.
and we got a comment from Mr. Some Drunk, aka Dumpkin. It said, "Mom didn't make him clean that keyboard. I'll call Mom."
Well, I got to get and Andrew's been in the comments for a while. His last comment that I see here is the whole keyboard and the computer itself needs a serious cleaning inside and out. And with 90% isopropyl alcohol, Clorox wipes sterilization.
Oh man. I think Bum was right. He needs air. He needs cans of air to blow
Just
all
put
that
it
shit
in
out of
that
there.
top layer of funk.
Oh
Yeah, that was-
Jesus.
Oh, well, thank you, Billy D. Once again, another great malt liquor report. Very thorough. We appreciate it there. As always, working.
Yeah, fun. It makes you
You
look
got
down
added-
at your keyboard. You can help us, right? Good.
How you doing, man?
Adam,
Evening.
What are you drinking, man? What are you drinking first of all? And then I want to get to how are things in your area? A lot of our areas, the stay-at-home order has been lifted with certain restrictions. Bars and coaches area are open. How are things in your area?
Nothing is open so far.
Okay.
We're still on lockdown. It's not changed much. They're looking at certain shops and stuff opening, but it's very slow. The government guidelines are not clear. People are generally carrying on as normal. We were reduced to 1 hour overtime, 1 hour exercise, but now it's unlimited. It's not really changed that much. And I'm currently drinking a double IPA from By the River Brewery, and it's from Brewdogs. My local Brewdogs. It's their Crowler, and it's Norman's in Hanoi at 8.5%.
Okay. Oh, look at that! Nice. Look at that.
It's a very savoury double IPA. But yeah, nothing's really changed. We're still essentially in lockdown. It's eased slightly, but other than that, nothing has changed.
I'm looking at Mr. Thumdruck's comment. Mom didn't make him clean that keyboard. I'll call Mom. Yeah.
I'd like to point out my keyboard is not that dirty.
Oh, whoa, panning down. This is dangerous. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's hard to do on a laptop.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. But yeah. So yeah, and Adam's larger point is, hey, my keyboard, you can look at it all day, good to go, right?
Yeah.
Good to go.
Bits and pieces. I've just come off a UK chat, so I've had a couple of packets of potato chips.
Okay. Yeah, I was just.
You can say crisps, Adam. We'll know what you mean.
Yeah,
you don't have to adapt for us. We know.
After all, this isn't a malt liquor community you're speaking to. This is a craft beer community, so we understand. It's a little more educated crowd here.
I had a couple of packets of crisps, bit of dip, and my keyboard.
DIP dip.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah. Oh, that was.
Yeah. My keyboard only has a couple of crumbs on. That's it.
Okay.
It's not as dirty as the chairman's.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was.
I don't think 3 Mile Island was as dirty as the chairman. So an Eastern Pennsylvania reference there.
Right now, we got the guy from Dirty Jobs in the chat, and he's going, "Good, keyboard is dirty."
Mike Rowe just made a comment. WTF?
We got Mike Rowe on the phone. Mike Rowe on the phone, going, "Whoa, son." That's a dirty keyboard, exactly. Woo! Yeah, that is crazy. We got Larry in the chat, man. Hi, everyone. I'm having wild turkey. I have my wild turkey here. Yeah, wild turkey. Good stuff. Absolutely. I'm so glad stay-at-home order is lifted. I hate it. Andrew, my keyboard is a little dirty, but not, quote, Commissioner Krusty dirty. And and then Larry says, "Are you calling me stupid because I don't drink craft beer? Do you drink malt liquor? If you drink malt liquor, then I'm not calling you stupid. I'm just saying."
You missed there was an interaction between the UK drinkers, which are the equivalent of the malt liquor community, and a malt liquor person, and they asked about malt liquor, and the person from the UK drinkers advised them that they can't get malt liquor here in the UK easily.
Was that Machiavelli?
Yeah, Machiavelli. It was on Machiavelli's stream. Yeah. He's drinking the Polish Zupa.
Yeah, the only one who can get it is Huffy.
Yeah, it's not easy to get in the UK. You can get malt drinks, which are non-alcoholic, but that's it.
We've got someone that has taken over for who was our friend that made all the crazy comments?
Bobo.
Yeah, I think maybe Larry is Bobo.
Yeah.
because
I'm not seeing Larry's comments on my end of things.
well, I'm showing them on the screen right now for great.
Yeah, I saw them on your screen, but it's weird. They're not showing up on my YouTube.
Because they're through Facebook. That's why they got the F.
So Facebook comment. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, these are Facebook comments. So yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like that could be Bobo.
Secret identity.
Bovard, so maybe Bobo and Bovard.
Yeah, Bobo Vard. Yeah.
Right? And then here's Casey.
On
the shadows rolling. Wow, that is a hell of a.
Well, Joe, you're the one who wanted to go live on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah.
There you go.
Determining as people watching on Facebook or even.
There you go. Right. Be careful what you ask for, right, Tom?
Yeah.
You
wanted multiple streaming.
Yeah. And I pay good money for it.
Don't cross the streams.
Yeah, I pay good money for it, man. And he says, "No, I'm no Bobo."
Oh,
spells it completely differently too. Yes, he doesn't. Yeah,
right. Well, I'm going to open up the exact opposite of malt liquor.
Yeah. Ooh. Boulevard Bourbon Barrel Aged Quad. We're gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah. This is it's a pretty small beer though. 11.2.
Yeah.
Session mark. It's a session ale.
Just barely over Colorado session ale status.
Yeah, just barely.
Yeah, I've had this. We've had this before, but it's been a while since we've had this, so I've got to log this one. I'm gonna do this. This was a gift from a friend for Christmas or Festivus, a Festivus gift from a friend.
Festivus gift. Oh, this is. And what size is that bottle, Mark? Is that a 550?
No, this. Yeah, I wish. This is the regular size bottle.
Is that a 330?
Yeah, probably.
It's not a 550.
I think it's a standard 12-ounce bottle. I think. Yeah. Man, yeah. This is a good one. Let me see. When have I had this?
We got 74,000 ratings on here, 410 in the last 30, 11.2%, 26 IBUs, and a 4.03 bottle caps.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.5 last time I checked into it, which was a year or two ago. Yeah. So this is like a double malt in the world of malt liquor. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, Colt 45 double malt doesn't look like that. That's for sure.
No, sir.
And it goes
nothing getting through that.
Great with pencil necks too. It's got the pencil neck top to the bottle.
Yeah, you see, all Mark's doing is pairing himself with the beer.
That's right. I can pair myself with the beer. Long neck bottles.
Long neck bottle. Boom! It's automatic.
I mean, really?
We should.
I think when people tease you or on specific things, it's because they're jealous they don't have it.
That's right.
So.
Well, I don't have a neck at all.
Yeah. See. So between Joe and I, we average out the bum in the middle.
Yeah.
Got normal size with bum.
I am who the shampoo was invented for, head and shoulders. That's it.
You've definitely got a neck. You lift it up, I can see it, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. My partner is a massive fan of 90 Day Fiance, and there is a guy with literally no neck. He has no neck whatsoever.
Yeah, Tom's doing okay in the neck department there.
Yeah, Tom's got a nice neck. Bum has a good neck. Joe has almost no neck. I have extra neck.
Yeah.
Mine's hidden by my beard.
Yeah, Adam's got a neck. Yeah. See, I have to see. I have to stretch.
Yeah, I don't have to stretch. Uniform.
See, Tom's working on that neck beard.
Yeah.
He's getting it down.
Yeah, you got to get the chest hair puffing up out of your shirt again, Tom.
Yeah. The big one for Tom is, he doesn't know where the beard and the chest hair start and stop.
Yeah,
that's the
problem for Tom.
He's got the unibrow between
unibrow. That's terrible.
Yeah.
This is good. Wow.
That's got to be phenomenal. It really does.
Yeah, there's so much of the bourbon coming through on this. Just malty, caramel, bourbon. Yeah, good stuff.
I haven't had Boulevard in quite some time.
Yeah. Do you get Boulevard there? Do they distribute down there?
Oh yeah. I'm looking at it right now at Total Wine here, Bevmo. Yeah,
I would imagine they got bought out by Duvel, the company. They did that a few years ago. So that's kind of like InBev buying other. I mean, just much more distribution. Southern Tier, they got bought by that same company,
and they do some fantastic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at a ginger lemon rattler that they did, a shandy, dark truth stout. Man, you start looking through some of their beers.
That's what the boss is drinking, a dark truth right now. Actually, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've still got one down there for me, right? Yeah. Woohoo! Another dark truth for next week.
Hank 7, but Nutcracker Ale. Hello, that one's right up Larry Bull.
Yeah, Larry Bobar can have that one. He can have the Nutcracker Ale.
Jam Band, a fruit beer. That one sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've got a lot. You start going through the catalog, and I guess I should be showing you guys, not just looking at it, but you start going through the catalog. Ooh, Tequila Barrel Lime Gose.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
See, that would be like a perfect beer for the summer in Arizona.
Right now, yeah.
That would
That's
be perfect.
Right now beer, man. Steep drop, a milk stout. Oh, dude, West Side Rye. I mean,
yeah, no, they do some good stuff. Yeah,
never
been disappointed with one of their beers.
The part that's the thing that really, honestly, guys, I'm not. I know he's a dear friend of the show, and he just jumped off here a while ago. But honestly, I saw that post today from Chain Reaction from Zach's Brew, and I was hurt. I literally was hurt that it wasn't Goldwater Brewing or a local brewery that I could just run and go get it, because I was already leaving the house when I saw that posting. I was like, "Oh man, I can pick." Oh, yeah. Well, good for Zach. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, "Damn it!"
I'm sure that was your immediate second thought. Well, good. At least it's Zach.
Yeah, at least yeah.
Because
and you heard from Zach, man. I mean, you see from Zach how cheery he was, how excited he really was about the whole thing, man. The label was brand new for them. The beer is a 18-month.
Sorry.
I mean, it's deeper than that. They just aged it 18 months. It's actually in the works longer now. That's a 2-year project.
Yeah, that's been quite a while. Yeah,
it's been quite. I mean, because it took time to brew the initial beer. Mm-hmm. So that initial Doppelbock
Oh
took a
damn, my
while.
mic is all messed up. I'll be right back.
All right, man. And then you aged it for 18 months. Like you had to find the right barrels to age it in. That's the joy of it, right? That's the joy of this whole thing. I have to share with you guys something. I'll be right back.
Well, while Joe is gone here, I will show off.
Yeah, what are you drinking? I've never even.
I think you probably figured it out.
Okay.
With the
Sierra,
label.
Sierra Nevada Pale?
Yeah, with their 1980 label.
Yeah, this is the
Bloody
40th
hell.
anniversary. That explains why. Yeah.
Actually, what I was showing you was the original. Well, not the original, but my oldest one from '89. There's the one, brand new one today. They did make some changes between 80 and 89 to the artwork.
Yeah, the color is a little different.
Yeah.
So you've got a 31-year-old bottle on one hand and a 31-day-old bottle on your other hand.
Actually, I'm kind of disappointed in this. I mean, I still have continued to beer shop, and I was thrilled to see this, as you guys know, and it was automatic purchase. I was slightly disappointed to find out that this was bottled like March 9th. It's over 2 months old, and I'm just seeing it now. But I think that kind of, with Sierra around here, that's kind of the par for the course. I've never gotten Sierra brand new for purchase here that's less than a month old. I don't think.
Most of the stuff here is if it's new in the store. I mean, it comes in within a month usually. More times than not, I'm getting like 30 days or less.
Especially East Coast.
We've just started to think.
Atlanta's only 120 miles away from Asheville, which is their East Coast brewery.
Yeah,
so it's the largest city. It's the largest city in Asheville. So that makes sense.
Oh, I didn't realize they had breweries on the East Coast.
Oh yeah, no, they New Belgium
Did not
has one.
realize that.
Sierra Nevada has one in Asheville. Oscar Blues has one in Nashville. I'm not at Asheville, North Carolina. Yeah.
Yep. Wow, I didn't know that.
The Sierra one, how long's that been down there? Probably about 6-7 years now, Mark?
Yeah, all three of those breweries opened up within about a year or so of each other. It was weird because last time we were in Asheville was 2012 or 13, and all three breweries were getting ready to open up that fall. So yeah, almost 7 years ago. Yeah.
We've just started to see Sierra Nevada Pale Ale in cans. It's the first time that it's come to the UK. Had been bottles previously, that's similar to how Bum's just showing it there with a different label.
Yeah, the cans have been around 5, 6, 7 years now. Yeah. And I'll just show this. Joe will like this.
Oh yeah.
They did actually the throwback cap as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Very good.
How's the inside?
Fine.
The cap, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, less than 2 months. So
yeah.
So Adam, do you get Sierra Nevada Stout there? Are you able to get Sierra Nevada Stout?
Me or Adam?
Adam.
Okay.
We've seen. Is it Bigfoot?
Oh, okay, yeah. Bigfoot's a barley wine. They make a really good stout, just a straight up stout, and I never see it anywhere. I don't know what the deal is with it.
Bigfoot's been limited in bottles. We've also had, is it Backwards? Sorry.
Backwards Bastard from Founders?
Yes.
Founders,
yeah. Oh, no, that's Founders, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll see it about it. I'm trying to think of the other one. There's another Sierra Nevada one that they've brought through.
I was hoping you would say what Craig says, because he gets beers there that we don't get here. So I was hoping you get Sierra Nevada Stout all the time, because I can't find it anywhere.
Bigfoot turns up now and again. It's one of those things. It's very seasonal.
Yeah, it comes out January. We get that all the time. Every year it comes out, but they've just got like a straight up basic stout, and slightly hoppy stout.
Their porter and stout seems to have, and they're year round as far as I know, technically. Still, they have really fallen to the bottom of the ladder as far as what the way they sell them and the way they promote them.
Yeah.
The last porter and stout that I saw around here, when I last saw them about 3 months ago, they were already about 6, 7, 8 months old as far as when they were bottled. And I was like, I want to buy them, but I'm not going to buy them that old.
Now, the last
Is it
time
like a red label?
around here was a couple years ago. Yeah. I used to drink that all the time. That was one of my go-to Sierra Nevada, the porter or the stout were go-to beers for a long time.
Yeah, Tom, I think the stout has a red label, and I think at one time the porter had a blue label. They might have changed it.
Yeah.
We tend to only get the Bigfoot, the Pale Ale, the Torpedo.
Okay.
That's exceedingly seasonal, so you'll only get that like 2 months of the year.
Okay.
Get any mix packs, like 12 packs, mix packs?
Yeah, sorry, Tom.
You get like the brown ales at all? Mix
No.
packs or like the brown ales?
No. They're always single bottles. You never see them generally in a mixed pack unless you get Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. You get that as a one multi-pack, but you don't see it's never mixed. I'm trying to think the other one. They definitely do another one with another IPA. I'm trying to think what it is.
Now they say brown ales. I haven't seen the Sierra Nevada brown ale in a long time.
The tumbler, they haven't made it the last couple of years. I'm a big fan of that. And the last couple of years that it was available, they only had it in the fall variety pack. They were selling it as a standalone for several years, and they stopped that, much to my disappointment. And for a few years, they included it in their fall variety pack, and I don't think it's been around for 2 years now. I love that tumbler. It was one of my favorites.
Tumbler
They had 12 packs of that one time.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that was good.
Hazy Little Thing is the one that I couldn't think of.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
That's in cans in Tesco at the moment. It's almost new.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that in anything but cans. I'm not even sure if they bottle that one here.
Here's the Sierra Nevada website of the beers you can order from them direct. Life and Limb Ale 4-pack, Bigfoot
order
barrel aged Bigfoot single bottle.
What do you mean you can order from them? You can order and they'll ship it to your house?
750 milliliter bottle.
Providing your state allows it, yeah.
Aged Ultra Ves. The barrel aged Olivia Abbey Ale. And then several others as well. Barrel aged rum quad. Yeah, they have when you go to their site, you go to the beer, and then they have their selection, and then they actually have beers that you can order directly from them.
There you go. Hazy Little Thing was the one in 2 from the end on the last picture.
Our cellar to your doorstep. So here's the beers that you can order right from them.
I got a question, Adam. Obama was saying like he can't get the beers as fresh as like a month, 2 months. What are you getting the beers at, Adam? Like a Hazy Little Thing, how fresh is it for you out there?
That they vary quite a lot because I'm pretty sure Hazy Little Thing is contract canned. So I think it comes over here in kegs and then it's canned here. Brewdog has been one of the ones that has done a lot of contract canning at the minute. But last time I saw it, it was only it was a month old, maybe.
It's not bad.
Yeah. The other one we see is California IPA, but I'm not 100% sure that actually that comes out in the US. I think it may be a UK exclusive.
I've certainly never heard of that one. I'm up in my Sierra stuff. Yeah, that's a new name.
I will send the link on the private chat. Hang on.
Okay.
Here's something that I'll share with you guys real quick, because this was kind of a little bit of a deal to me when he passed away. Was Little Richard. This is a picture of me as a younger kid with.
Whoa!
That's me, Little
Wow.
Richard, and my uncle in the middle.
Oh, okay.
And I can tell by the way you look in that picture, and I can especially tell by the way Little Richard looks in that picture. That's obviously from the early '80s.
Yep.
Yep.
Definitely.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I had a chance to hang out with the man. This is back then, of course, wasn't asking a lot of questions at that age, but I got to hang out with him that day because of my uncle. Those are the days. My uncle's a preacher. For those that don't know, he still is. He's still a minister. And those are the days when Little Richard was trying to be a minister himself, and because of my uncle, who he is in the LA area at that time, got to meet and hang out with Little Richard for a few hours. So
that's still pretty cool.
It was a huge treat. I mean, even in those days, it was a huge treat. I mean, I wasn't of an age to appreciate his music by any means, but I was around a lot of musicians in those days, a lot, and so I appreciated him as a talent even in those days. And to hang out with him for a few hours, it wasn't just like a handshake and hello, how you doing? It was hanging out with the guy for a few hours. It was pretty soft.
Cool.
If I'm not mistaken, Joe, it's hard to keep track of things without a scorecard. I think that when you said he was trying to become a minister there, I believe that was his third go round at doing so.
Yep.
He did it for the first time in the late 50s. He did it in the 60s. Then he did it again in the early 80s. Yeah. And I think after like starting in the 80s or like 90s and 2000s, he kind of balanced between both of them. Well, you can do this, but you can also do that. Back then it was either one or the other. You got to pick one.
Yeah, because after that, he never quite went full blown, quote, Little Richard, if you will.
Right.
After that, I never remember seeing him full blown costumes and
makeup and yeah.
Right. But he would still, I mean, I got to see him play the piano a little bit. Like I said, talk with him a little bit. He was really quiet, is my memory. Really kind of a quiet, shy kind of guy. But again, it was him and a few other celebrities that I got to hang out with back at that moment for a few hours, and he was one of them. And I have that picture that close to me. As you saw, I left and came right back to this day, and that was a few years ago.
You got your LA Dodgers helmet on.
I love the Dodgers. I am all out. If you notice from that picture, I don't know if anybody can tell, but you can see how big a race fan I always have been. That is a race jacket.
You're like decked out.
An old school NHRA drag strip jacket, and I used to wear those jackets that were similar to the fire suits that they would wear. And every race, that jacket was full of patches. I had patches from every race I ever went to. I wish that is my one thing that I wish I still had was that jacket. I don't know where it went to, but at least I have photos of it.
I really thought you were just it was the emulating the Michael Jackson space scene.
Oh yeah, no, that jacket. I used to go to a lot of races, a lot. I was really, growing up in LA, there was a lot of things in LA. There's a lot of stuff happening in LA, and a lot of people don't maybe associate LA with racing, but think about it, man. Muscle cars and all this sort of thing. Racing in LA, a lot. And my dad wasn't so much of a ball playing type of sports guy. He was more of a racing guy. He liked basketball a lot, so I followed a lot of basketball, some baseball, but baseball was mostly from my uncle, and just because of living in LA, it was the Dodgers, man. The Dodgers are bigger than life. Growing up in the 70s and in the early 80s, dear God. And then when I graduated in '88, they won the whole damn thing. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? So it was like, the Dodgers, man, the Doyers. They're still, I watched an interview today with Clayton Kershaw. Give me a break, man. You know what I'm saying? I freaking love the Dodgers.
How do you guys feel about the baseball season starting when it should start, or football season? Or do you think it's going to start?
Yeah, what do you say, Bum?
I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. I just almost feel like, obviously, they want to do it because they feel there's money to be made.
Oh, please, there is. There's tons of money.
Yeah. Obviously, that money to be made is just coming from nothing but TV contracts. Certainly not going to be from paid attendance.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would normally say do it. I'm a purist. I'm still against the designated hitter, which they are going to implement in the National League if they do resume. I'm an old-fashioned, get off my lawn, old man purist when it comes to baseball. I have no problem. I have no problem playing with a shortened season. It's been done before. I have no problem with little subtle rule changes, but I don't know. I've heard of, and I haven't read about it in detail, but I've heard about that there's going to be no extra inning games. There's going to be actual changes to gameplay, and that I have a problem with. Don't just don't alter the game for one season, the game as it has been played since the beginning of time, just to cram in a bunch of games so you can say, yeah, we played a season. Me personally, if they're going to do that, I would rather they just scrap the entire season and just, assuming we go back to normal next year, which is no longer an automatic assumption, assuming we do, just resume business as usual next season.
Baseball have got it easy.
Yeah, it's a little different with baseball and in football. I mean, you can think about the fans, but then when you think about the players touch each other more. Baseball, it's you catch the ball. It's not as you don't touch each other as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As far as contact and physical closeness,
yeah. But it's almost like you see the UFC. Have you any of you guys watched the UFC within the last week, couple weeks?
No, I saw that you're doing it in Ireland.
Yeah, they've been fighting with no crowds, and it's been pretty good. It's a little. I mean, it's different for them because it's like boxing. You're looking at the cameras, a couple cameramen. You're looking at one spot, and they're just fighting. Baseball, it's different. You got cameras in different angles everywhere. It's just different. But I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest.
What do you think, Mark? Do you have any opinions on baseball specifically?
I'm kind of with Bum. If they don't change the rules of the game, I think I'm okay with them doing, basically half a season, if I understand it right, like half a season with some extra playoffs. And they've done somewhat realignment to the divisions because they don't have to travel as far. But yeah, if they start doing stuff like eliminating what makes baseball, which I think is if you don't have extra inning games, that type of thing, then the game changes a lot.
Yeah.
And it's not a baseball game anymore. It's some sick Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I'm realigning the divisions temporarily and playing fewer games is fine. But yeah, if you change the game dramatically, then it's not baseball.
What are your thoughts on you have? The name is escaping me, but you have the pitcher a couple days ago that came out and said that talking about money, and how the players union agreed to have to pay, but then they're talking about cutting it some more, so it's have to pay. Then you're talking about cutting into it, I think a third or something, and then they're getting taxed on top of that, and there were some major gripes, and then there was some other. That's why I heard comments from an interview from Clayton Kershaw, people wanting to get his thoughts on what that pitcher had said. And, Clayton was basically backing him up, and there was other big names. Your big hitter from the Angels kind of backed him up, kind of. It sounds a little tone deaf when gazillionaires are bitching about the money they're getting, but I understand their point. But at the same time, hey man, there's people suffering right now.
Yeah, and they could just cancel the season and nobody gets paid anything.
I mean,
so yeah, it's like, I mean, yeah, it is changes, and but yeah, when 20% of the people are unemployed, you've got millionaires talking about only making 1 million instead of 2 million.
Yeah,
damn it, damn it.
I kind of see where they're coming from, and but
it's like you gotta,
baseball is they're trying to take advantage of it a little bit, as far as the pay structure and stuff. I mean, but that's management and the players. They're always doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Work on playing ball. Work on playing ball. Do all that making the sausage stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be careful on what you say, especially right now, because there is no sports being played, no live sports being played. So any little nugget you're putting out there, boy, the media's just running wild with.
Yeah, they're looking for everything. Yeah,
you've got to be extra careful what you say. And so my feelings on this baseball, just baseball. I am passionate about it because I have what do you call it? A hand in this game, or what do you call it? A hand in this game.
A horse in this race,
right? It's like, as an NFL season ticket holder, I've already got money in there. They've got hundreds of my dollars already. I'm not. I still have to some cash, but I'm trying to delay it. So I am a person that invests thousands of dollars every year into sports. Every single year I put thousands of dollars into it. I love this team. I don't just like, I love my team. No, I put thousands of dollars into it every year. Every year for 12 effing years, I actually back it up with actual money out of my account. I'm not just a fan. I love this team. You know what I'm saying? But in any case, baseball, to me, should do whatever they can this year to get playing. And that includes busting down some of them walls. It's only been 50 years. Now, 50 years is a long time, but it's 50 years that they've had the DH. Well, boom, bring it to both leagues finally. Or get rid of the damn thing altogether. Have pitchers hit for once. I don't care. Do whatever you got to do. Have it, right? Do whatever they got to do this year. I'm literally okay with it. Let's just play some ball. I want to see some ball. Any experimental thing that you've ever wanted to do ever, try it this season. This is the season. As long as you're saying it's just this right here and not past this season, the DH thing is the one thing that I think is going to stick. I think it's the one thing that if they bring the DH to both leagues, I think that's the thing that's going to stick. I think it goes past this season.
Yeah, I agree with you, Joe, because I'm not a fan of the DH, but they have been pushing for that in the National League. I mean, every year. And what the National League is like the last league that does not use the DH professionally, right?
Right.
And they're looking for an excuse to implement it and get it to stick.
I get it.
Get rid of it, and pitchers should hit. I mean, that's right.
Well, look, and that's not going to happen. I'll tell you why. Because there's millions and millions and millions of dollars involved in this. And if I'm a hitter, right? If I'm a pitcher, I don't want to hit. What the hell do I want to hit for? Right? Yeah. I can extend my career. I'm getting paid $35, $100 million a year, right? You think I want to get out there? Hell no. I just want to pitch. Pitchers want to pitch. Hitters want to hit, right? if I can extend my career as a pitcher by 1 or 2 seasons, why not? If I can extend my career as a designated hitter by a couple years, and at that point in my career, I'm getting 35, 40 million a year, 50 million. It's like disgusting the kinds of money the money these guys make.
Yeah.
That's those big money years, man. If all I got to do up there is swing a bat a couple times a game and I'm getting paid, whoo!
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's gonna
Some of
happen.
them make more money than Roger Goodell. I think Roger Goodell making he makes $35 to $40 million a year.
Oh, baseball.
Insane.
No, baseball. Stupid.
That's insane.
No, baseball's got ridiculous money.
Yeah.
Small matters in comparison to the problems faced in the current soccer Premier League.
Yeah, exactly.
Once again, Adam, you don't have to say soccer to us. We know what you mean. You can say football.
Yeah, football. It's literally Liverpool have not won the Premier League in 30 years. 30 years.
Wow.
This season we have an 8-point league.
Well, wait a minute. Adam, you don't know the history of some of these teams because the hat that guy's wearing over there.
Yeah, my home team and Bum's current home team haven't won in 30 years either.
Yeah. But this season, we're at the top of the league. We are 2 games away for being announced as the Premier League winners. COVID-19 hits with 10 games left of the season.
Okay.
Well, who's in second place behind them right now?
Let me give you some reference there, Adam, because now the Premier League is constantly compared in this country to basketball and hockey. Basketball and hockey, we're right there with you. Basketball and hockey are the 2 leagues here that should be done. I mean, they are the leagues just like the Premier League. Well, the Premier League was a little farther along, but basketball and hockey don't have as many fans as football and baseball collectively. But still, they were towards the end of their seasons as well. Those are the 2 leagues here.
Sorry, it's a 30-point league, a 30-point lead, but there's 10 games left to play. Man City, who won the last few seasons, are in second place. Liverpool haven't won for 30 years.
Where the virus was created. They created the virus. Liverpool for winning.
It's a conspiracy, Adam.
Yeah, we are so close.
Give us more history, if you can, whatever you know.
So I grew up as a Liverpool fan in the 90s. We were always middle league. We have players that were a bit of a joke in comparison. Manchester United was always the top. Manchester United have lost all their players. They've lost their historic manager. They've dropped down to sort of, what are they now, like 5th place. We've got Leicester City, who were the out-and-out winners one time in 2017. They're now like sort of 3rd place. Liverpool have not won. We've always been the runners-up. We've always been the bridesmaids in the situation of instead of the bride. This year, we are scheduled. We are way ahead. We're almost an unbeaten run.
Oh, yeah.
And 10 games left of the season. COVID hits and the season ends. And people are saying, "Oh, we'll just give it to Liverpool. They're the top of the league. They're almost mathematically the winners." And I'm like, no, I don't want to be given it. Can you imagine our rival saying, "You've only won that league because you were given it"? No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want us to win it outright.
Okay, now, has there ever been shortened seasons?
Never.
Never.
Not in 120 years.
Wow. So there's never because even in baseball we've had shortened season.
They had in the war in the Second World War. They basically closed the season, so it never started. So it was never an issue.
Okay.
Wow. So there's
How about-
never been. Okay, that is.
There's no precedence for it.
Wow.
How about during the Spanish flu in 1918? Was it not?
It's less. It's more than 118 years. So no, they didn't have an issue then. Wasn't a proper league at that point.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's very interesting. Yeah, because a lot of our leagues have had shortened seasons. So we have a reference for like, okay, back in such and such.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are looking at it like you've got to put an asterisk by this season. And then you've got our two historians of some of these leagues that are saying, well, not really, because such and such in 81, we don't put an asterisk by that championship. You know what I'm saying? We just refer to them as, hey, that they're the champions for that year.
It's never happened. It's 10 games left of the season. We've had it before where it's been early in the season, they've abandoned the season, but it's been less than half a season in.
Okay.
You get like the basketball season this year. It's kind of awkward because it's like, what do you do? We're already 85% through the season.
And hockey's in the same boat.
Yeah, it's like, what do you do?
Our league is slightly different in the fact that we have promotions and relegations, so that you have the bottom 3 teams in the top league get demoted down to the next league, and the top 3 teams of the lower league get promoted up to the Premier League.
Oh wow! I didn't
And
know
that's we don't do it. It's not an invitational, the same as the US. We have a pyramid where top 3 teams will go up, bottom 3 teams will go down, and that's every league 7 levels down. So you've also got that, and that's a massive financial difference because if you have
7 levels,
it goes down to county level.
That's similar. Mark, does that sound similar to college football? It sounds like
that would be like NFL Division 1, Division 1A, Division 2, Division 2A. I mean, they just go
college football. Like if you were supposed to go to
this is why the MLS is not taken seriously in Europe.
If the Cotton Bowl is the number 1 bowl that year, and you all of a sudden you get demoted down to like the Doritos Nacho Bowl, for Christ's sake, like you're like, what? Right?
Yeah.
That's why there's added drama.
You know what that's similar of? Like high school football, like divisions.
Yeah.
One year, say you win a Division 3 Super Bowl, next year you Division 2. Next year you win a Division 2 Super Bowl, or you get certain, you know what I mean? Division 1.
He's talking about even worse than that, though. Like that.
Yeah. The Premier League, it's a £10 million drop. So that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's why the MLS is not taken seriously by the rest of Europe, because it isn't every other league in Europe. It's promotion and relegation. MLS is not, so nobody takes it seriously because it's irrelevant almost.
Including us. Yeah, we don't take it seriously either. Yeah,
But in the Premier League, if you have a bad season, that's it. You're gone. You're gone from the Premier League. Even if in the last 3, even if you're the third from the bottom, you can have where it's 5 teams battling out for that last place.
In his scenario, it would be like in football, like let's say the Canadian Football League, and let's say the XFL. So the XFL was the bottom, and then you had Canadian in the middle, and the NFL was top dog. And if you lost in the NFL, you went down to the XFL, for Christ's sake. Like it's like,
oh Jesus,
what? Like
And-
we
and
can't
you
even
have-
conceive of that here. We can't conceive of that. That is
You have to play a full season down there before you get promoted as well.
yeah.
That's why. That's why you always. I know, like there's like the Spanish leagues and everything, but that's why I never realized how I know how competitive the Premier League is, but I didn't know they're literally fighting for their livelihood.
Yeah,
If we're gonna get knocked down,
it's not.
imagine.
It's the TV deals that's the main thing.
Yeah, and it's always TV money, right? And that's the same thing here. It's TV money. When TV money gets involved, it's big money. Let me ask you another question because I'm finding out about this now. You're raising my education on football. So what about the rugby? Is rugby similar as well?
No,
Okay.
Rugby is completely different in the fact that it was the international cup that was delayed. So that's not a league, but it's potentially someone that could win a. So they have the. See, I'm not a rugby fan, so it's not really best for me to comment. But they had the international cup, and that was delayed way back in March, and they were up to nearly the quarterfinals, and that was completely scrapped because it was in Japan. So
yeah, I know. See, I knew rugby was really. See, this is what's jacked up about me. I barely hear about little things, and then I retain these little nuggets until moments like this.
yeah,
I don't know why, and then they come out, and I'm like,
I'm not a rugby fan, but yeah. But see, for cricket as well, that's another one where cricket was cricket was but it was supposed to start. It was supposed to start about 2 weeks ago, and it's just like not happened. But for me, football's more important because it's only got 10 games left. There's 10 games left. It's basically the crunch time. It's the same way you do like sweeps in the US. This is like the moment where everything matters, and it's everything stopped instead. And my friends are massive football fans, and it's like nothing's happened. And then like the German league started again this week, so everyone's watching the German league because there's nothing else to watch. It's literally there's no.
Okay, so let's try to separate this, and let's try to break this down into how you feel right now. Let's say next Saturday they're playing matches again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel to you, and what's the sense of how people feel in your area, other people about, okay, we're starting it up again. Let's say we're going to play all 10 games again, 10 matches. Does this feel like a different season to you? Would it feel validated?
No, because we still have. If it was going the normal way, it would have finished at the end of this month. That would have been the end. So we would only be 4 or 5 weeks behind. But the problem is, what they're looking at is starting at the beginning of June with a closed stadium, so no fans. They just play the game in front of TV cameras. That's it.
And that's
and it's like everyone says about the 12th man. So as you know, on a soccer team, it's 11 players. The 12th man is the fan.
Yeah.
And what they're saying is the 12th man is the person in the stadium. That could be you. That could be me. Whoever's in the stadium, whoever cheers and gives one player that push to make a challenge, to make a shot. Yeah, exactly. But there's no one there, and it's the same with the German league. They've started with no closed stadiums, and people have been sending in like photos, and they've done like photo cutouts in the Wolfsburg Stadium.
Well, okay. Now, and I think, okay, my next comment, Adam, you can even comment on this, because regardless of sport, we're down to the same premise here: no fans. Now, we had one of our major sports commentators this week, Joe Buck, comment. He does our NFL games. He does baseball as well, but he was commenting on NFL, and he says that it's a foregone conclusion that we are going to have digitized fans in the stands on Fox, which is a major sports broadcaster here, and we're going to have pumped in crowd noise. So just on that comment alone, how do you feel about digital fans? Not even cut out cardboard. They can literally put in fans in the stands. We all know they can do this. They do it with advertising all the time in all our sports, different matches and games. They do it all the time. How do we feel about pumped in crowd noise? How do we feel about these sorts of things? Go ahead, Adam. Finish your thought with that.
It's great for TV, but
Yeah.
in UK football stadiums, the players will not see it.
No,
not at all.
I
They
hear it.
they
Well, they
won't hear it,
but not.
No. If you look at most football stadiums, there's only probably, I would say, 3 stadiums that possibly could do that. The rest of it, you're looking at Premier League is 20 teams. I would say 3 stadiums will be able to do that.
Oh,
the rest, no way. The advertisements come on boards. They're electronic boards that go around the very edge of the pitch. Most they'll have a one board where you can see the fans, but no way you can put digital fans in, and no way that you can see it on TV. Maybe you could do it as a channel,
right?
But no way that a player would see that. Not in a million years.
Right.
And no way they would hear it because you've only got a PA system.
That's the whole thing. Now, the whole thing is based on that sports is a television show. It's just another TV show. What are your thoughts on this, Bum? What are your thoughts on pumped in crowd noise, artificial fans, artificial wave from virtual fans? What are your thoughts on all this?
If they create an artificial wave, I'll never tune into any sporting event ever again.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, like you guys have said, I can understand them pandering to the TV crowd. Well, we have to give the people what they're used to. It's like a fake laugh track on an old TV show.
Exactly.
As far as actual, and I think this is something that a lot of people have forgotten about. As far as actual gameplay with NFL games, an amazing phenomenon is that subtle changes happened over the decade with the crowd in the football stadiums playing a part in gameplay that did not used to happen. Now you have the home team going like this, whipping up the crowd to try and get the fans as loud as possible so the opposing team can't hear the signals. 20, 30 years ago, that was considered bad sportsmanship. And if I'm not mistaken, you could have gotten flagged for delay of game back then.
Well, think about it in all our sports, right? Now, Adam's been going on and on about soccer, about football. I'm not a football fan. I'm not a soccer fan. But all my thoughts and memories of everything I've ever seen about the sport is crowd, period. Baseball, I go to ball games, I immediately yell at Blue. Blue, you're an idiot. What the hell? Saying, I mean, even the umpires feed off of the crowd.
Yeah, they do.
Especially baseball. God, baseball. Adam, if you only knew, brother. Like baseball is such a pure sport here. Like
I've seen a baseball match in San Diego. I know.
It is like, it is.
And you get that pitcher coming into the bullpen ready to warm up, and people are yelling at him.
For me, though, nobody's going to get demoted out the MLB.
Happen at a baseball game that are sacrosanct. Like it is just right, and yelling at Blue is something that I know I do. I love to sit on third base line, literally to yell at Blue, like you're an idiot, right? Boom, that's gonna come out of my mouth at some point, probably 10 times, right? And I love to yell. I love to yell at the coach, right? And get how many times does the crowd get the coach riled up to run out there and yell at blue. I've been to too many baseball games, and that happens. Like it, right? It's no matter what our sport, the crowd plays a part. Think of Seattle. Seattle football.
Yeah.
The 12th man is literally part of their stadium. That is, boom.
Yeah, that stadium's insane. That's an insane stadium.
Every sport now.
Every sport
depends on the crowd. And
think of Utah in basketball. Like when it comes to basketball, all the NBA players talk about playing in Utah and how the crowd is on top of you, and it's tough to play basketball. And
so it's going to change. It will change the game. It will probably, the players probably, even the opposing players, probably won't enjoy the game as much because they're not going to have that crowd to fire them up to try to crush their, the home team.
That's just,
but if they do pipe in the digital fans in the football games, I just hope that they customize a little bit. So when you go to Green Bay, you see the drunk cheesehead guys with no shirts on when it's 20 below. If they did that, you customize a little bit, that would help. But you guys know, man, it's good. The players, they've been used to that their whole lives, feeding off of the players, positive or negative, and it's going to change the game. Even no matter what our sport is, there are players that literally feed off of the negative. That is part of their game, feeding off of that home crowd team that is go whoever, right? Go our team, and you're the visiting team. There are players from that visiting team that
no charge
off of that. They feed off of that. They literally just right. It's like it's how. Hey, you're out here, Tom. See you, man. Peace out.
See you, Tom.
You guys.
There are teams that they're players that just feed off of that negative energy. That when they're on the road, they feed off of that. And likewise, there's home teams that feed off of that. They love getting, with their home team, their home crowd, so they feed off of that. It's like, and so you wonder, are you getting the same quality? I don't know how deep into the woods you guys get. I have been to a lot of practice. Now. It's all football, but I've been to a lot of practice. I don't know how fanatical you guys get. I've been to a lot of practice. I've watched a lot of football teams practice. It's pretty quiet. There's some crowd there, and there's some cheering, but it's on a much, much, much different level. It's typically not televised until recent years. And to me, as a person that goes to a lot of games every year, I go to a lot of games every year. And it would be like watching warm-ups, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the only thing I can compare it to is as far as like the teams feeding off of the crowd, and it multiplies as it goes back and forth, and each, the team affects the crowd and the crowd affects the team. The only thing I can compare it to is a musical act, a band playing in a stadium to no people.
Yeah.
Right. Because as we know, the crowd gets a band going. If you've ever talked to any band about playing live, and it goes two ways.
I think in all fairness, though, it may be a bad analogy from some point because bands are used to playing in studio as well and having to play their best in studio.
But when they're recording in the studio, in most cases, they're not playing live as a band. They do everything. They record all their parts separately anymore.
With that as a segue, I have new vinyl.
Oh, you're so sneaky, Joe.
That I literally just got right now. I have this one from Nicole Buss, who's a new artist, new-ish artist, a new pop artist, right? R&B-ish. And I just got her record literally as the show was playing. You might have saw me open the box. And the latest from Michael McDonald.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow, really?
I actually like this new version of Michael McDonald and some of his past stuff. Believe it or not, I like what he's doing now.
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Exactly right. Yeah. But I tell you what, man, I like some of his new stuff. I really do. Some of the artists that he's playing with are really good jazz artists that I dig, and I really like some of his new stuff, some of his newish stuff. You know, but you go back to his roots, and I mean, some of the old stuff is great too when he was still with the band. You know, I mean, how do you not like the Dubes, man? Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, right? The Doobies.
I'll have to listen to that record. Did you listen to it on Tidal before you bought it?
Oh yeah, please. I've listened to it. I've actually got a 24-bit copy of that, and I've listened to
from your sources.
Sources exactly, and I listened to it on my new tube amp that I recently got. That was actually my break-in album on my new tube amp, which is for those, tubes were kind of fading out in popularity as I was coming into the world, but I do remember tubes a little bit as I was again coming into the world, mostly because I was around a lot of musicians, and so a lot of musicians still use tube Marshall amps. But oh, what a treat to have a tube amp in your house and you're listening to music through it again. Oh dear God. Whew. Nice.
So Joe, while you got new material, I got old material. I got the Stevie Nicks Belladonna album. Re-released from Vinyl Me Please, which was a really good album. And then I got Lee Morgan, The Cooker. Blue Note, 1961.
Oh,
there you go.
How was that recording? How was that?
That's good. All the Blue Note. It's the Tone Poet series. So they're taking the original analog tapes and remastering them and putting them on kind of direct to vinyl.
Yes.
I've got like 15 of them now, and they've all been just excellent. Yeah,
hands down. You see it, you just order it. It's like
pretty much. Yeah, if there's an artist there, I mean, and they've been releasing a couple a month for the last year and a half. So I've got most of them at this point. There's a few I haven't gotten, but I check every month and see what's coming up and pre-order it on Amazon in most cases. And
that's the way I am. I'm like that with anything from Capitol Records. Lately, anything Capitol Records is putting out as well, and they'll do some stuff with Blue Note as well.
Mm-hmm.
But anything from them, I know. Oh my God,
it was nice to talk to you. I'm gonna have to shoot off, but have a good night.
Hey, Adam, always a pleasure.
See you later.
Yeah, Adam, out, man.
Thanks for letting on. See you later.
All right. Oh, come on! It's only 2:30 in the morning over there. What's he doing? Going out on us early.
I mean, Mark knows because Mark does his show tomorrow on Sundays, and Mark actually has a majority of his show that jumps in from across the pond. And I mean, what a treat! It is such a treat to have these guys jump in this late. I mean,
oh, of course, people. Well, no, Dennis, he's retired, so it doesn't matter. But you get Rui pops in every once in a while.
Yeah.
You remember Rui, right, Bum?
Yeah, Superbach.
Yeah, he popped in last week or the week before?
Yeah, just last week, I think. Yeah.
You mean pop in on the chat or pop in on camera?
On camera.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
nothing else to do. He can't ride, so he's like,
well, he could. He doesn't want to go out and ride. He says because there's all the idiots out there that are, that are riding that don't know what they're doing. But
how come he hasn't joined here?
He jumped in. I feel like it was a month ago,
He
maybe.
was in the chat a few weeks ago. Yeah,
That might have been after I exited because I would have remembered him.
Yeah, I think it was like right after you left. Yeah, it was probably like 9:30. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me crack this because this has a gatefold. I'm dying to see.
There you go.
This is.
I'll check out that Michael McDonald.
We
were talking about that last night. Boss and I were downstairs listening to
treat. Look at this
to the Stevie Nicks album, and we were talking about stuff, and it was like we saw the Doobie Brothers in concert a few years ago, and they put on a really good show. I didn't think it would be that good, but it was actually a really good show.
I saw them coming up on 4 years ago when them and Dave Mason opened for Journey.
I didn't realize clear vinyl. Look at that.
Wow.
I didn't realize it's on clear vinyl. 180 gram clear vinyl.
Yeah.
Solid, man. This is damn. Look at that. This is like good stuff, man.
Yeah, that's one thing that we're not going to have until next year is probably concerts. I don't see getting 50,000 people in a stadium happening for a concert anytime soon,
or even 200.
I'm of course not going to share this on recorded show.
Oh,
but for those that don't, right, exactly. For those that don't know, these are cards that come inside the record. Not all of them, and they give you information to download a digital copy. It'll be MP3. It'll be 320, but nonetheless, it's still a legal digital copy of this record. That's yours because you bought the record. I have a dear friend of mine that is. I won't go into all their financial situation, but they're down and out. So every album I buy that has a card, I give it to them. They can't literally afford to even stream music. So every album that I buy, they have the opportunity to. Mark, I didn't realize this. This is by 45 RPM. This is a 45 RPM record.
Which the one you just got?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
12-inch 45 RPM. Wow.
It's a 12. Yeah, those are the audiophile ones. They'll put them in. So a one disc will become a 2 disc.
Oh, so that's a 2-disc set.
Yeah, this is okay.
What they do is they master it at like half speed or something.
Yeah,
and then play back at 45 or something. So it's supposed to give you better quality.
But I thought the faster the RPMs, the lower the quality.
Oh no,
you master it. I think you master it at a little bit slower speed, and then you play back faster. So it's getting more
to do with the mastering and the playback.
Oh yeah, so the way it's cutting or whatever they're doing is going slower, so it should be better at getting all
the problem with 45 is you get much higher quality. The problem is on the same amount of data that you have on each side of the disc, you're only getting a couple of songs.
Right.
So the problem is that your entry level vinyl fan isn't necessarily going to be ready to switch sides as often as an audiophile person would.
Yeah.
Someone that's really into vinyl is willing to do that sacrifice. Okay, every 8 minutes, I'm willing to get off my ass and do something, versus an entry level person, 16 minutes, right? Or so.
And some artists don't like having to go to 45, especially the older stuff when they remaster and they want to propose to go to 4. Some of the artists don't want it because it breaks up the flow of the story that they're wanting to tell with the album. Or
the producer. It could be the producer.
Yeah, the original producer.
Some of the artists really could give a rat's butt.
Yeah. A lot of the artists don't know what the hell goes on after they
just record the music.
They just want their check. And then
Right?
do it in concert. Yeah.
Like this artist right here, I am sure she almost could care less. But and you can tell. Like, see, I don't know if you guys can tell how I'm bending the hell out of this.
She likes the $1.50 she got from that album, I'm sure.
Yeah, this is
Whatever they get.
highest quality vinyl, as you can tell. See the way I'm bending this record, kids, and I'll take one of these out and look at the way this one just does it. It's a lot heavier duty vinyl. Now, 180 gram isn't the best. Now, 200-gram vinyl is the stuff you're going to pay. Big.
Now, some of those albums from the mid to late 70s when the oil crisis was hitting, some of those things were like, they were like paper. I mean, they were so.
Oh, you hold those up to light, you can see light through them.
Yeah.
Literally.
They're probably like 120 gram. I think the standard is 140 or something like that.
Like that, right? Yeah.
And those are like 110, 120. I mean, they're so thin and floppy. But some of them are actually very good.
Played decently, right? Yeah, it's amazing how on some of the like I just showed her album, I could clean this record and still be blown away sometimes at the quality that it was mastered at. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just, the pressing could be really good. It was just pressed on lesser plastic, and that's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So it all just depends. Who knows?
I had an Albert Collins album. Remember Albert Collins, Mark, the blues guy? Yep. He was on Alligator Records for a good chunk of his career. I went to a Pirate game one time and accidentally left the vinyl LP of Albert Collins in my backseat of my car.
Oh.
When I came out after the ball game, that LP had turned into a cereal bowl.
Oh. Was it sitting and it just molded to the seat?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. But yeah, that was back in the day when those things were paper thin. Probably.
Yeah.
Which album was it? Do you remember?
Oh, it wasn't Ice Pickin'. Oh man, not Cold Snap.
Okay.
Jeez, Don't Lose Your Cool. I think.
Don't Lose Your Cool. Okay, yeah, he was all into the whole cold theme.
Yeah, because he had the cold sound of his Telecaster.
Yeah, the master of the Telecaster. They used to call him.
Yep.
Getting me all fired up because I'm gonna Mark knows I'm gonna be getting off of here and I'm immediately gonna be firing up my tube amp and I am going to be listening to music like crazy. It is fun. For those that don't know, these are low-powered amps. They don't have your big wattage as you're used to hearing from some of the new stuff. But when you have high-efficiency speakers and just a few watts, it doesn't matter. It's amazing. It's a lot of fun. This is a great hobby. Everybody loves music, and you just get to hear the same music in a different way.
And, little different presentation. Yeah.
I definitely warn people from getting into this hobby though, because it'll empty your bank account.
You can, that's for sure. But there's lots of ways to do it without emptying your bank account if you know what you want and you pay attention and be a little bit selective.
There is absolutely. You just have to be responsible. It's like any other hobby you have. It's
you're a responsible audiophile.
Yeah.
Well, if I didn't buy so much overpriced booze shit,
mate. Do you think there's audiophiles that drink malt liquor?
I wonder. I wonder if some of those malt liquor drinkers are actually audio because they're saving the money that they would pay for like something actually tasty to drink.
Well, we've seen Huffy is into vinyl, remember?
Yeah.
When he was DJing there?
Yeah.
With his turntable?
How much of this vinyl talk, Bum, has gotten you even remotely curious enough to spark up a turntable again?
Not at all. I'm looking at mine right here, and it hasn't been connected up in 12 years.
But at least you have a turntable, and you actually have you have a nice record collection.
He does.
Lots of stuff, yeah.
I do, and I will eventually hook the turntable up again. I don't know if my receiver will work when I fire that up again.
Now, Mark, God help us when he actually does get the fever. When he catches this fever, he's
going to sell those matchboxes on the wall behind him.
No, I can guarantee you. I'm not saying I won't buy. I mean, I did buy vinyl as recently as a few months ago when I told you I bought that Keb Mo by mistake on Amazon and I kept it. I said, yeah, someday I'll put it on the turntable.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, the nice thing about albums is they've got artwork and stuff that goes along with it. So it's it's not just a plastic disc. There's actually a lot of stuff. Especially, it seems like a lot of the newer albums, they're really kind of going, making sure that there's other information.
But I did realize I had to reach a compromise. I love the thought of vinyl and collecting vinyl and owning vinyl. I totally respect that. But me personally, from a space standpoint, I did have to make a compromise.
Yeah.
And I had to cave in, and where I still want physical objects, but so I had to go with CDs. But yeah, I love the idea of buying vinyl, but it's not something I would ever have a large collection of because, like I said, I've already done. Although I did get out of schedules for about 5 or 6 years, and the Matchbox I had when I was a kid, and then I bought one in '93, and then I bought another one. Then I bought 5 more, and now I have a giant wall full.
Yeah. Who does this guy sound like? Now it was
a disease. I do suffer from the disease of addiction.
15 or 16 months ago, if you remember, I swore up and down I was not going to get what Mark had, and here we are.
And how many do you have now? How many albums do you have now, Joe?
I don't even know. I last time we counted,
if you're not willing to at least admit how many you have, you can never fix the addiction.
See,
you've got to count them up and say, I'm X.
Last time I counted, what was it? A couple months ago, I think I counted and I had 143.
That's pretty good.
And who knows now? Because dear God, I got this record. This record right here, I got this record for, I don't know, $20 or something like that, $19. I mean, that's the problem. I can get a lot of smoking deals on some of these records. $12. I'm getting a lot of these things for.
Yeah. Our benchmark bum is a guy we know on the photography side of things who is into vinyl, and he's got about 5,000.
Yeah.
Whew.
I am
going to the thrift stores and the record meets, record swaps, and all that type of stuff. And so I was like, I've got like 7% of what he has. So I'm good.
I got D Burris in here. What's up, guys? I'm drinking a zombie beer.
I've been dying to drink one of those. Oh, sorry.
But I'm pumped.
Oh, the boss gave me a crusty on that one. She did.
I've been not begging, but dying for Wes to start a show because
the
knowledge that he has on vinyl is deep.
Yeah.
He would be really good at it. I would definitely jump in there and try.
I don't know how many of that people in that, what do they call it, the VC, the vinyl community on YouTube. I don't know how many people do. I'm sure some people do live streams.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched many of them, but
you have that one guy that has a channel. I think he calls it 33 and a half.
Yeah, that guy. He does Friday night things. I think he's in Canada. I think.
Is he in Canada? Okay.
I've watched some of his stuff. He's pretty good.
But I mean,
it's amazing. Anything at all you can accumulate stuff of. There's thousands of people that do it. So how many schedule collectors are there, Boma? I might have asked this before, but how many do you?
We're not sure. We've estimated because there are some guys who are like underground.
Okay.
Who do it, but we've never met them.
Okay.
An underground schedule collector.
Got to watch out for the underground guys.
The underground guys are the ones you got to watch.
I know that's kind of redundant because it's an underground hobby to begin with. So these guys are really underground.
Yeah, they're deep. Yeah.
We're guessing maybe a couple of hundred across the country at the most.
That's impressive. And I would think there would be a couple thousand, but
I don't think so. But I don't know. Based on some of the old stuff that's on eBay and some of the bids that high bids that this stuff sells for you, and we don't recognize any of these people's IDs. Not that you can see them anymore on eBay, but we're pretty sly. We've kept track of people's feedback numbers, and we know, yeah, that number is so and so. Back when you used to be able to see the ID with the feedback, there's a lot of mystery people on there that we don't know who they are, and they obviously collect. We're guessing a couple hundred.
There's probably thousands of people that might have, maybe they collect stuff just from one team or that type of thing.
Yeah. There's those niche collectors too.
Collecting, they're into one team.
Yeah, we do have that, and we have just hockey collectors, just baseball collectors. Yeah.
Niche guys. Within the niche, you have niches.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah. It's funny too, because as much as I'm joking right now about schedule collectors being underground and then another underground within the underground society, it's funny how many people collect washing machines, for Christ's sake. I didn't run into them.
Washing machines? No, literally people collect washing machines.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Joe, do you mean the
people that schedule meetups? Mark, there's people that schedule meetups to watch washing machines. They'll bring laundry and they like to watch the actual washing machines actuate back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because they all do it differently.
Now, do they have the vintage washing machines with that tub and the rollers that you...
There are people that have basements, like in your parts of the country, and their whole basement is washing machines, and they have these meetups, and people pay. And the reason people pay is because this is an expensive hobby, because it costs electricity and water, and so they pay to kind of meet up to cover the cost of this. And they like
better than going to strip clubs and doing coke. I mean,
getting to my point is, there's a famous comedian. I watched the interview with him today.
Oh no, really?
And unrelated, I had no idea, but part of his car collection, they glanced over, and they never talked about it, but they glanced over his washing machine collection. And I was like, aha! He collects washing machines too.
Okay,
It's crazy the people that are into washing machines, bro.
The first logical guess when you say car collection, is it Leno?
No, I swear to God, he's a young
Seinfeld.
You'll never guess in a million years.
Is it a name I would recognize?
Yep. It's
Steve Martin.
Nope.
Oh.
You're way off. I mean, you guys couldn't be too old. Way too old. No, way too old. Younger guy.
Rock.
I may not know who he is then.
No. Gabriel Iglesias.
No, I don't know.
No, I don't know. Yeah.
Fluffy.
No. Okay.
The fat Mexican comedian. No, really.
Washing machines.
Collects washing machines, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a thing. I am aware of more stupid things that are collected on the internet than you guys.
I don't feel bad buying some vinyl records every once in a while. Then
I'm telling you, man. I am telling you.
I'd like to see somebody get 300 washing machines into my basement.
I mean, these guys collect these, and they literally will get together and watch washing machines actuate. Oh yeah, put that load of laundry in, and put a load of towels in. I swear to God, I am not kidding one bit.
Oh man, no, it's.
Wish I was kidding.
It's funny, but it's not really surprising.
No,
because that is part of. It's technology. It's Americana. It's all that stuff. Because then people probably start off with like the old washing machines from like 1900.
Yeah, those are the ones. My grandmother had one with those rollers where you roll the clothes through to.
My grandmother did too. Yeah, I remember that as a kid. And then she got the whatever it was, the regular agitator one in like the mid-70s. But before that, she had the old one. Yeah.
No, I would never laugh at that. I would obviously never collect something like that, but or maybe not so obviously. But anybody's passion for anything like that, I would never criticize or laugh at. I get it. I get it.
No, it's whatever you're interested in, and people are interested in all kinds of stuff, and now with the internet and all that, you can find that niche of a niche of a niche of a niche of a community that's into the same thing.
Well, think about how many I've known. A handful of people in my life that had no money, don't necessarily care to do anything with these things, but collect tools. They always love tools.
Okay.
They don't necessarily have a greasy thumb, right? They don't necessarily have any desire to work on cars or do carpentry or any of these things, but they just love collecting tools, and they love collecting table saws, and they love collecting all these things, to the point where I've known many of them, and they just will give you stuff because they're like, I need room for more tools that I'm going to buy. And they're literally brand new, but they're 10 years old.
Yeah.
Right. And they're tools, so they're still good. I'm happy to have received them in the past, but
no, it's crazy that, whatever there is, somebody collects it.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing research into tube amps and all that type of stuff, and you want to talk about a niche community? It's people that collect what are called NOS, new old stock tubes.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing about anything that was manufactured. Half those Matchbox that I got behind me are new old stock.
Yep,
they're just things that were
nobody bought it. Yeah. And it's the same thing with tubes. So depending on the type of sound that you want with your amplifier, you can get a preamplifier tube or a power amplifier tube that's either new made, and typically those are going to come from China or Russia or the Czech Republic or something like that. Or you can go new old stock and get stuff that's 50 years old and pay like $300 a tube.
Some of the geekiest of the geeky are people like Bum that collect the die-cast cars, man. And they collect train collectors, for Christ's sake.
Train collectors, man, that's a big thing.
Now, I don't think that there's as many as there was when we were coming up, right?
Yeah.
But we are of an age where we can remember older gentlemen when we were young that had their whole garage was a whole world. I mean, they opened their garage and it was a world. It wasn't just like, dear God, I can remember at least two people when I was young, real young, and they'd open their garage and they'd love to show you as a kid, like, hey man, look, and you had working playgrounds and working volcanoes and working like cities, man.
Yeah, and they would spend all their time putting all the details on all the. I had a train board as a kid. My dad built it for me. It was like a 6x6 square that would fit in the corner of my room, and then we got like a little HO train and built that. And then we spent time putting the plants and all the different stuff on it. It was pretty basic, but it was kind of cool for a few years. But then he had friends that he worked with that had literally their whole basement. It was just trains going everywhere with their whole basement. And you just got to imagine their wives going, "Oh my gosh, I have such a dorky husband."
It's funny, the train collectors in those layouts, the trains become the least important part.
Yeah.
They're almost like secondary.
They're a prop for the rest of it.
Yeah.
They'll talk about one specific engine they have or something like that. But I can think of this one cat that had different levels of trains. So different sizes is what I'm getting at. And he had two different sets. So he had two different worlds for the two different sizes. I forget the sizes. The sizes escape me. But one was kind of big, God bless. And it was big enough where he had actual like kids that that he had that got Christmas gifts and stuff, and he had an actual little car set that the kid got on his little. So within his little world, he had a car set too. So the remote control cars that the kid was playing with were really small, but you know what I'm saying? So all this little stuff and little merry-go-rounds for the kids that were at a carnival. You know what I'm saying? Just all these little details were so like wow. And like you were saying, Mark, it was cool for him to let me glue a tree in place or something, like the big treat as a kid for me. I remember like, do you want to put some bushes here? And I'd be like, hell yeah.
Well, Dennis, who pops in on my show, he collects actual steam engines. Like they're big. Yeah. They're like a foot, 2 feet long, but they actually have working boilers and steam engines and stuff in them. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't even know those existed. And he's like, oh yeah, they're. Didn't know. 2 or 3 of them, and they're so. I mean, they're literally like thousands of dollars.
Wow.
So intricate. They're just like the full blown steam engine, just taken down to 1/50th scale or something. So they're a couple feet long.
When I was still in Albuquerque, I had one of my bosses was really into, I don't know, what is it, 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch or whatever it was.
I don't know the scales. I'm not.
They were actually big effing airplanes that he would fly.
Oh.
And he says the tragedy is when one just doesn't go right and the damn thing just crashes, man. And you've got
the big radio control planes, yeah.
Oh, I was like, and since I would actually talk to him about it, he would talk to me about it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really talk to a lot of guys about it, about his hobby. And it was interesting to me. It was just interesting. These things are interesting to me. How much money he would dump into engines and all this sort of thing. And then one little mishap in the remote control or something, and the thing just goes, bam! And you're like, oh my God.
Hundreds of hours of work just like
I mean, just into splinters. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a pile of junk at that point,
Yeah.
Oh my God. All these hobbies we have, and that one was like a risk and reward, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
those guys that are into like the scale radio control.
Yeah.
I mean, they will recreate like a B-29 bomber.
They're beautiful.
It looks like a picture, just shrunk down a little bit.
Beautiful.
And then they spend a couple $1,000s on the motors and the controllers so they can actually take this thing up in the air and hope that it lands, that they can land it. It's like talk about having some balls. I mean,
exactly.
I'd rather just spend less money and have something that I would keep in front of me.
Build the model, put it on your countertop.
Yeah.
Now we talk about beer and buying all these different beers and spending hundreds of dollars on these things, but at least we drink the damn things at the end of the day, and we could talk about how we, even a couple years later, we could talk about how we enjoyed it.
But like the airplanes, those are gone though. There's nothing left other than our memories.
It's like, you could just imagine pouring hundreds and thousands of dollars, not hundreds of thousands.
Do a search on YouTube for like RC plane crashes. You'll find, this beautiful. It's taken Bob, and Bob's 88 years old, and he's been building this thing since he retired, and it's up. Oh no!
Okay, man, we're out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. But we'll see you guys next week, man.
All right, guys. See you next week.
All right.
Peace out.